Right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. We are back with Champions League qualification. It's the second round of UEFA Women's Champions League qualification where BK Häcken face Arsenal. It's obviously a two-legged tie, so we have this again next weekend. But one exciting occasion tonight, Harry. Champions League qualification at stake with the UWCL coming up the opening weekend this weekend. This is a nice little precursor for it, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I think obviously we came back with the first round of qualifying, but especially from an Arsenal and Häcken point of view, they were the pretty simple games. Beat the opponents that you're expected to beat and get over the line. And that was the main thing for Arsenal and for Häcken, was to get through to this stage. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult. It ramps up a bit. The quality gets higher. Two good sides playing against each other. You've got an Arsenal side who want to be in the competition, who expect to be in the UWCL, versus Häcken, who were quarter-finalists last year. So
that's a price package,
right?
They
were. And this is going to be a very, very interesting game because a lot of people will look at Arsenal getting Häcken and expect Arsenal to win. But it won't be that simple. The Swedish side are a very, very good team and they will give it a very, very good go tonight. They will not make it easy for the Gunners. And Arsenal, as we saw last year, when teams take it to them, when Paris FC took the game to them, they ended up losing on penalties. Arsenal will not want that again across the two legs. First leg away, it's not about battering them tonight. It's about getting a positive result. And by positive result, I mean a win. Realistically, if you give Häcken the win or a draw, you give them too much in the tie for me. For Arsenal, get a 1-0 win, get a 2-1 win on the board, and go back to Meadow Park with a positive goal difference, leg difference.
Yeah, definitely. And Arsenal looked good. Very good in the Rangers game. I thought the Rosenborg game they looked okay. There was definitely elements that weren't as strong, but they still controlled that game to a certain extent and emerged deserved victors. Obviously, this is Häcken's first game in the Champions League this season, but they are in season at the moment, so they do have that advantage. And the Swedish champions, they are currently second in the league though, so been a bit more difficult than they would have liked it this season. 11 points behind Rosengard. So yeah, maybe Arsenal will fancy their chances in that regard. Häcken were definitely torn apart a bit over the summer. We saw Rosa Kafai, of course, now playing for Arsenal, be taken off the Häcken side. We saw Anna Sandberg as well, who was at Häcken, joined Manchester. And that team for tonight is as follows. In goal, it's Captain Falk. It's in the back four of Vik, Rybring, Oslund and Juntila Nilhega. Then in the midfield too, it's Fossdalsa and Kunmark. And then across the three, Tyndale, Anvergaard and Bergström. And leading the line is Larissy. So a lot of the attack I don't recognise from when we watched them play last season. Obviously, a lot of that attack has gone.
Yeah. And I think for Häcken it is a shame. They have been, they've lost a lot of players, but they've still got some decent quality, and if they can get the right players on the ball in the right areas, then they should go on to give this game a really good go. And that's the thing. They'll set up well defensively, they won't concede too many, and in attacking areas they'll look to put Arsenal under pressure, and they'll look to find a goal against the run of play, or just set up one good chance and take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look then at the Arsenal team. In goal tonight, Manuela Zinsberger retains her place from the earlier qualification round. It's a back four of Fox, Wubbenmoy, Kadena and McCabe. Leah Williamson dropped. Big call there from Jonas Eidevall. Is it injury related, rotation related? We'll talk about that in a moment. In the pivot, it's Cooney Cross and Kim Little. On one side, it's Beth Mead. On the other, Mariona Caldente. Rosa Kafai replaces Manum in attacking midfield. And leading the line, it's Alessia Russo. So two big decisions in there. Kafai coming in to face her former side and Leah Williamson dropping out of the team. Both justified, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say. I think what it is this is planning for Sunday. It really is for Eidevall. I think resting Williamson, you've dropped Manum, who will probably play on Sunday, and
you'd assume based on that, yeah.
And Caitlin Ford as well, who yes, obviously Beth Mead is brilliant, but the form that Ford is in, is Eidevall saving her for the Man City game? Who knows? Only time will tell. But great to see Mead back in the 11 for Arsenal. Great opportunity for Kafai starting from minute one. And Wubbenmoy, we know, is a very, very capable centre half, and I think her and Kadena will do a phenomenal job without Williamson. They don't need they've got two very high quality centre halves. Yeah. So for Arsenal, a bit of rotation, but still a very, very strong 11.
Yeah, to be fair, with Mead, I think it's more a case of they would rather get her up to speed in a game like this than a game against Manchester City on Sunday. If she looks sharp tonight and she is fit to play, I think she'll play Sunday against City. So Yeah, they're in a good position, Arsenal. We spoke a lot over the summer about their transfer business. Players like Mariona Caldente coming in. Only 2 new signings involved in tonight's team, of course, but they only made 3. So it's not a huge surprise with Van Domselaar not back from injury yet. Well, amongst the substitutes, but not fully fit yet. So, yeah, Kafai, though, what do we expect to see from Kafai tonight in that attacking midfield role?
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for her, playing against her former side so soon, but I think we know how good she is, we know how creative she is, and it's that kind of just, not a free roam, but she makes the role look free roam, just the way she moves, the way she can carry the ball. She's such a dangerous player. If you get her on the ball in tight areas, she'll wiggle herself out of it. If you give her the opportunity to play a defence splitting pass, she can play it. But even if you just need her to get you 15 yards up the pitch, she can also do that. To be such a young, exciting player and still have so many different abilities and characteristics up her sleeve, it's phenomenal. She's such a well-rounded player for such a young midfielder.
Yeah, definitely. She's a very exciting player. I think her technical ability is absolutely phenomenal. It's what makes her stand out so much. It's those little touches, and I think it's what excites fans because her movement's incredible. You know, the way she carries the ball as well, the way she likes to take players on. It's what excites people about footballers. You don't want to see players who don't really do anything on the ball. These are the kind of players that gets fans off their seat, and I think Rosa Kafai in that regard will be a really exciting player for Arsenal. I also think she can be a bit of a game changer because if they are in a situation where they need a goal and they need someone to come up with something a bit more creative, a bit more out there, that's what Rosa Kafai can do. She's a very creative player, very different player. So I think it's nice because I think that's what their attack lacked last season was options, was ideas. If they were struggling, they'd make a like-for-like sub. They didn't have options off the bench to change what they were doing. I think now with Caldente and with Rosa Kafai, you have those options. If Malam's not working, or vice versa, bring on Rosa Kafai because you can make, that makes a huge difference. It's a very different profile of player out there. They have it a bit, I think, up front as well. Stina Blacksenius, Russo, very different players. So that's what you want to have in those attacking areas because it means if you're struggling to break a team down, as Arsenal have so often against opposition in the WSL, it helps to have options to be able to substitute in, to be able to rotate in, and then make a difference.
And that's the thing for Kafai is that there is a slight squad role change for her in terms of at Häcken. She was the big star. She was the star player.
The team,
exactly. That and lit the UWCL alight in a slightly weaker side that went on a brilliant run last campaign. Now she's joining an Arsenal side where her role is to very much set up the other big players. Create chances for Caldente, create chances for Alessia Russo, for Beth Mead, and let those players excel. That won't go unnoticed though if Kafai does do that. And that is why she's so good, is because she has that ability not only to go by herself and to take a team on and tear a defence apart, but she can also create for the other big players. And then suddenly Russo goes from only scoring 8 goals a season to only to scoring 10, 15 goals. And Kafai has that ability to boost her teammates' numbers.
But also, I think she'll work really nice in combination with Alessia Russo because we know how good Russo is with her back to goal. Her build-up play, her hold-up play is really top quality. We saw that with Ella Toon, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a similar relationship between Alessia Russo and Rosa Kafai. It's not going to fit in the song, which is a real shame, but Kafai and Alessia Russo kind of works. It's not got the same ring to it, but it kind of works. But I think you'll see a similar sort of link up there because Kafai can draw that ball into it. Russo lays it off. Kafai gets a shot at goal. That kind of combination play I think we'll see in the final third. And it's something they do lack as well, Arsenal, is those final third combinations. Too often last season, we saw Arsenal very wide, very spread, and players weren't linking up together. But I think with Kafai being very free, very active, you're going to see more of those combinations in the final third. So I think that's only a positive. And I think Kafai is a brilliant signing, as I was saying, as I've said all summer, really. Fantastic addition to this Arsenal side. So they've done well over the summer to strengthen their squad, Arsenal. Now they've got to get the business done tonight and next week. They need to be in the Champions League proper. You look at the quality across the board now on the Arsenal side, and there aren't any excuses left.
No.
For the players, for Eidevall, there are no excuses left. They've got to be in the Champions League proper this season. So going to be interesting to see. We've also, of course, got Manchester City, Paris FC to keep tabs on tonight. That is 0-0 after 7 minutes so far. So we will keep tabs on that game. But very excited. We've got WSL come back this weekend as well. It's all coming up now.
Yeah, and that's the thing for Arsenal and City tonight. playing tonight isn't going to impact, isn't going to favour anyone on Sunday. They're both playing on Wednesday. They're both playing at the same time. They're both travelling away to the opposition, so no one's got any advantage going into Sunday. So that game will be brilliant. Join us live for it. It's going to be incredible. But for tonight, Arsenal get the business done. I think the main thing to focus on if you're Arsenal is to not get caught out once again. I feel like against Rosenborg, they were slightly caught off guard by the fact that Rosenborg really, came up with a very strong defensive performance. And yes, they didn't trouble them coming forwards really, but they were very strong in their defence, and Arsenal found it hard to find a goal. They only scored
Arsenal
one.
struggling to break down a low block. That doesn't sound familiar.
And that's the thing. Arsenal have got to be aware of that tonight. Häcken was so good last season in the UWCL at sitting deep and getting points from teams that they shouldn't have got points from.
Yeah.
There's a reason they got to the quarter-finals, because they sat deep, and this is where the difference is between Rosenborg and Häcken, is that Häcken will come forwards though. They're both good at sitting at low blocks, but Rosenborg didn't cause Arsenal a problem in the final third. Häcken, as we've seen previous, they will come forward, they will cause problems. They've got they haven't got Kafai anymore, or there are some other players they've lost, but they've still got the firepower to find the back of the net if they get the opportunity. So for Arsenal, they cannot afford to go into the game the same way they went into the Rosenborg game, where they kind of just expected to win. Rangers was a walk in the park. They didn't turn up. Rosenborg was much tougher. This only gets tougher now for Arsenal. Häcken will be a tough game, but as you say, they've got the quality now, they've got the experience and the ability. They should be seeing off a team like Häcken tonight.
Yeah, definitely should be. Shall we get in some predictions then? If you are watching along, make sure to leave your prediction in the live chat. We'll make sure to talk through it. In the poll and chat so far, 88% of people predicting Arsenal to win tonight. That is, a large majority of people in chat. 9% then saying BK Häcken to win, 3% going for a draw. So still some people believing in the underdog.
And when you compare that, it was something like 96% versus Arsenal Rosenborg. That is what we're talking about. There's 8% difference there, simply because Häcken are a stronger opposition. So Arsenal have just got to be careful tonight. Häcken, they're a very good back line. Falk is a very, very capable goalkeeper, so you're not going to score with every shot on target. But again, Calrente, Kafai, Mead, Russo, get them on the ball, get them scoring goals. That's the main thing for Arsenal tonight.
Yeah, right. I'll ask you a prediction in a moment. But firstly, Kasia Maciej Wierzbowski. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Wow. I hope so. But yeah, do let us know if I'm not. Has asked how to watch it live. It is on Arsenal.com. So if you can't find if you can watch it, feel free to watch it and join us as well. Obviously, if you just want to watch the game, that's totally fine. And if you can't find a way to watch the game, then you're more than welcome to join us here. So Harry, what's your prediction for today's game? And chat, make sure to get your prediction in the live chat.
I think it'll be tight, but I think Arsenal will take it. But I'm expecting a very, very good contest. I will go 2-1 to Arsenal. I think it will be a really tight affair. Arsenal will struggle to score early on. I don't think we'll get a goal in the first half. I know, dull, but I don't think we will. I think Arsenal will then score just after half-time, and I think that will be a goal from Rosa Kafai. Then Häcken will do what they do best. They'll wait until late on, and then they'll come at Arsenal. Last 5-10 minutes, they'll come at Arsenal. They'll get an equaliser. That'll be through Bergström. And then I think very late on, to rescue the win for Arsenal, will be Mariona Calrente with what I'm expecting to be a bit of a wonder strike. So 2-1 Arsenal. Bit of late drama, all round a good result.
Sounds like a brilliant last 15 minutes. I might just go for the first half, come back, watch the last 15 minutes, because that sounds incredible. But no, I think it's going to be a bit more difficult for Arsenal. I was also going to say 2-1, so you know what, I'm going to say 2-1 as well. Very different game though. I think Häcken will have the atmosphere behind them, they will have the belief behind them, and I think they will score early on. I think it will be 1-0 Häcken going into the break. Arsenal second half though will gain control of the game back. They'll make a couple of substitutions. They'll change things up. I think they'll bring Blacksenius on, bit more directness in the attacking third, and I think they'll score goals from it. Maybe Caitlin Ford as well, a little bit more directness, and then I think they'll get 2 goals. I'll say for Häcken, I'll say Larissé. I think she's their only real goal threat. I mean, I don't recognise many other forwards because a lot of them are different to who played in the Champions League last season. For Arsenal, I think goals will come from Blacksenius off the bench, and I'll say Ford. She's been a real rich vein of goal scoring form. I think she'll score again tonight, prove herself, and then make it impossible for Ida Val to bench her for Sunday.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I mean, it's a decent prediction, and that is the case for Arsenal. I think that is the problem with these qualifiers, is this is such a big game But obviously the main focus is that game on Sunday, Manchester City. It's going to be a very, very tough one. But so is and it's managing those minutes, managing those fitness levels, and how you prepare for what are two extremely important games for Arsenal. The two games against Häcken, they are vital. They need to win them to be in the Champions League. But that City game could decide where the title goes come the end of the season. So how do you judge that? I think Arsenal have got it pretty spot on so far. But time will tell. If they lose tonight, then they've got it all horribly wrong. If they win tonight, then so far they're on track to do well in these next 3 games.
Yeah, definitely so. Should be good then. We're about to get underway here. Both sets of players taking to the field, taking their positions for what should be a very exciting 90 minutes here in Sweden.
I mean, you look to when Chelsea turned up here in the Champions League group stage last season, they found it tough. Häcken away, Chelsea found it really tough to find the back of the net. They eventually did.
Arguably their most difficult game of the group stage.
Yeah, exactly. So Arsenal, they're going to have to play well today to win the game.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's get into it then. It's going to be Arsenal and Alessio Russo getting us underway this evening as we wait for the referee's whistle. Leaving us in suspense here is the official, but we are now underway. Russo knocks it back for 90 minutes here for Champions League qualification. That's Arsenal get us started. Here's Cadena. Moves out wide into McCabe. McCabe looking for that pass down the line. Russo made the run, but the pass doesn't find her. And Häcken in possession. Good challenge from Kafai, though, showing that eagerness to win back possession, but then she loses it again. Good challenge from Fossadalsa in there.
Do you think it actually hinders Kafai starting against Häcken because they know they know how to play against her. They know what she's good at.
But by the same token, she knows how they play. She knows how to attack those players. No,
fair enough.
She's scored against this goalkeeper in training a million times. So, it goes both ways there.
Yeah, that is true. Incredible away support as well.
He's given that away quite cheaply there. Caldente into Cooney Cross. Now Little. Cooney Cross switching the play. Fox forced backwards. Now Cooney Cross. Fox. Option down the line. Uses it into Mead. Mead, though, forced back. And this is where we're seeing Häcken setting up really nicely, forcing Arsenal to play backwards rather than being able to pass through.
And the difference is between Häcken and the other side is that rather than force them backwards and stay where they are, Häcken force them backwards and then push onto them as they force them backwards, like they are doing now.
And that was poor from Rousseau. Larissé can't quite get there. Cadena gives it back to Zinsberger. And Arsenal, a bit of a let-off there. They gave away the ball quite cheaply in the midfield area. Fosdalsa already showing her tenacity just to go and get that ball back. Springs forward on the attack. Häcken almost getting through Arsenal's backline.
Larissé there, she doesn't want to play with it to her back to goal. She didn't want to take a touch and try and take the ball on. She wanted to let it run into her stride.
She realises there she hasn't got any support. Yeah. So if she tries to hold that up, she's not got anyone to play it to. So she's got to try and take that in her stride. Here are Häcken though. Ball forwards. It's a little bit messy there. Mead comes away with it. Neither side able to get a foot on this ball. Fosdalsa. Going back, here's Vik. Options ahead of her here.
Got drawn in badly there. Caldente way too narrow. They all kind of got sucked over to one side of the pitch.
Tyndall is caught offside.
Yeah, it's a bit of a let-off. Häcken did well. That's what I'm saying. They dragged the whole Arsenal 11 across to the right-hand side and then quickly knocked it to the left, and they didn't adjust in time.
Yeah, definitely. Really smart stuff from Häcken. Here is Cadena. Justin Williams saying Arsenal will not score in the first half, second half team. Well, that was part of my prediction. I thought they'd start slow tonight. And Häcken's defensive discipline is very good. We're already seeing that.
Yeah, really strong.
Cadena is going to get booked in a minute if she doesn't pass this ball. Does now play it forward, and that's a bit of a poor pass into Vik. I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to do there, but it is Arsenal come away with the ball now. McCabe. Cooney Cross. Forcing this corner, and Tyndall knocks it out. Arsenal don't look comfortable. Not even remotely yet.
No.
But they will grow into this game.
That's the thing, yeah. Once they that's the main thing. Once they settle, they've got the quality to win the game. But if Häcken can just keep them at bay like they are at the moment, then Arsenal just won't get going.
Yeah. Fox goes down the line. Passed on once more there by Little. Here is Kafai. Nice pass into Mead. Mead for the forward ball into Russo. Makes the run beyond. Goes round Falk, but she's caught offside. Too eager, too early there for Alessia Russo, but you see what they're trying to do there, and it all comes from Kafai's movement.
Yeah.
She drifts out wide, it opens up so much space inside for Mead to drive into, and they make that play work. It's really smart stuff there from Rosa Kafai and Beth Mead, interchanging positions, caught Häcken out, and well, if Russo timed that run a little bit better, they may have been in there.
Yeah, I thought Mead could have gone alone herself, but and that's the thing. When Arsenal speed it up, when Arsenal use their quality, Häcken just can't keep up. That's what Arsenal have got to do today, but they've just got to time it right and just piece it all together.
Yeah, here's Rybrink, forced back to Ostlund. Now Nelhager wants a ball over the top. He's trying to pick out down the line here, Larissé. And Larissé fights for it, but that does end up coming off of the Canadian. No, it doesn't. Came off Wubamoy in there. Ball inside. Here come Häcken. It's a pass into the box there by Anvegard, but there's no one in there to receive it. Cooney Cross. Kadina. When Cooney Cross has tried to break there, she looks forward and sees nobody.
Yeah.
There is nobody as an option there.
I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
There's a lot of flexibility, positional flexibility. As we see Caldente there just drift into that central area. That's something we expect to see a lot in order for McCabe to get forward and occupy the wide space. And the thing that gives Arsenal this shape, this 3-2-4-1 they're trying to play this season, is control.
Yeah.
Because you are in a very stable rest defence position. However, if you don't move enough, if you don't have that positional flexibility, you become way too predictable.
Yeah.
And as we're seeing so far, Häcken are shutting down the wide areas, and the only time that they've struggled to deal with Arsenal so far was when Kafai made a little bit of an ingenious move.
Yeah.
A little bit of movement that just caught Häcken out. That's what Arsenal need to do more often. Here's McCabe. I think that's why they've put her in tonight over Manham. Manham's just too static. Kafai, smart pass there from McCabe. Kafai just not quite able to get there, but it's a good idea from Arsenal.
Yeah. They're working well now, Arsenal. They really are.
That's like, when they get into the final third, they do look better this season. The problem is getting it there still.
Yeah. No.
But last season they had an issue once they were in the final third, so I think they'd rather have it this way, that if they can break them down, they will get chances. It's not like they're struggling to break them down. But yeah. In possession now, Häcken. Ostlund a little bit dangerous there, playing across their own box. Falk. Rybrink. Forward option isn't on, goes back to Falk. Arsenal pinning Häcken right up against the goal line here. Nelhager. But how have they played out of that?
Yeah.
Anvegard up against Little. Little does well. Arsenal win the ball back. Mead.
But again, I think it can benefit Arsenal actually that they are playing a slightly more aggressive, slightly more attacking team in Häcken. You look at some other teams in this draw, they could have got a lot of teams that would have just sat 11 players behind the ball. The fact Häcken want to come onto them could actually benefit Arsenal.
Potentially. Cardente plays out wide looking for Beth Mead. That's going to run though.
As long as I don't score from it,
Out
obviously.
for a goal kick.
It'll benefit them if Häcken come forward, don't score and leave themselves exposed. It won't help if Häcken come forward and put it in the back of the net.
Fosdalser carrying that ball forwards. Now back to Rybrink. Rybrink to Ostlund. Back to Rybrink. Doesn't like the wide option. Goes back to Ostlund instead. Now Nelhager. Ostlund. Rybrink. And Caldente almost gets to that pass but can't quite. Vik. Rybrink. I love Häcken's commitment here to playing out from the back.
Yeah.
Because against a pressing outfit like Arsenal, against a team who are very regimented, are very disciplined and organised in the press, it's easy just to kick it long out of panic. But Häcken are holding on to it well here. They are building out well.
Yes, it's smart. But they also have the common sense about them where they know that when it's not going right, to not try and force it and then lose the ball. They do just get it gone.
Yeah. That's really smart there from Tyndale. Tries to play in behind her Larissé. I think she made the run too early. She did indeed. That's about the third time now Häcken have just been caught offside.
It looked tight. I think the problem was there that her run was onside when the ball was meant to initially be played, and then it was a bit
just
of a
released
kick.
a bit late from Tyndale. And I thought that took a touch off Kadina there, which would open it for question mark. That wouldn't be offside if it had, but don't think it did. Mead goes down the line. Here is Fox. Ball inside. Little trying to make something happen. Anvegard does really well though to force her wide. Physical contest here has gone out. for a corner.
Yeah, good battling from Little.
Somewhat fortunate there, though, I'd argue, from Kim Little. Yes, she battles well afterwards, but she's got herself stuck in that wide area there, where she can't really make anything happen. But yeah, not a poor start from Arsenal, just a bit of a slow one.
Yeah.
Häcken are a well-drilled team, though.
And that's the thing, Arsenal know they can't go for hell for leather early on. It just won't work. So it's just, first 10, 15 minutes, be patient, and then start to express yourself.
And for the people asking where to watch it in the live chat, it's available on arsenal.com if you're in the UK. If you're outside the UK, I'm not sure, but welcome to the stream. If you can't find a way to watch it, you're more than welcome to join us. And even if you can, feel free to join us to watch along. Rousseau puts it up in the air. Fout claims it well, though.
Yeah, well watched from Fout. A decent ball in that was. Short corner, ball's whipped in. That's a miss kick from Fout, though.
And that's going to be picked up on by Rosa Kafai. Can't really make anything happen from it. Larison
has gone for a throw.
That has gone.
But yeah, it wasn't a great initial touch, that, from Kafai. But she got away with it.
Here's Kafai. I think it might have been Caldente, to be fair.
Yes.
Pass across into Fox. Now Mead. Back to Fox. Cooney Cross. Tries to find that pass through to Little. Fights Caldente. Little then plays it on. Not able to find Rousseau.
Well, idea though, and it was a better run from Rousseau.
The problem is they're trying to play the ball in behind, and Häcken aren't high enough. There isn't any space in behind, so all these passes are just running at the moment. If they can catch Häcken higher up the field, then sure, that might work. But at the moment, they are just playing a ball in behind defence who are already practically on their goal line.
And again, as we said in the build-up, Rousseau's best when she got her back to the goal, so why do they keep trying to play her through?
Well, Rousseau's very good in behind as well, to be fair.
Yeah, of course she is. But...
she's a player with a lot of skills, but she is very good holding up the ball. So they can utilise that skill.
Yeah.
And yet they are not.
Doesn't help.
The ever-confusing matter of Jonas Eideval's tactics.
Yeah.
But here are Häcken now on the ball. Lovely pass from Fosdalsa trying to find Veek. Veek not able to get there, though. Felt like a ball that she could have got to, but that will be a throw-in for Arsenal instead on the near side. And already we're seeing a bit of a heated debate, it looked like there, as we cut to the Arsenal bench. Between Jonas Eideval and a member of his staff.
Seems like, Arsenal, they're already just trying to work out what they can do.
Yeah. Someone in chat letting us know it's also available outside the UK. Okay, that's good to know. So Arsenal.com if you want to watch the game. But of course, make sure to keep watching us as well. Good cross, tries to find Rousseau. Lovely turn from Rousseau. Takes aim, drags it wide.
Doesn't do too much wrong there.
No, does really well to take that ball in her stride, to turn her player, and then does well to
She's
get
done
the
the right
away.
thing. She's dragged the shot wide because the touch takes her wider to go round the player, and then she just tries to drag it behind the defender, which means it drags past the goal.
Fosdalsa playing with it in a dangerous area there. Oslund wide into Nelhager. Ball down the line. And we're fighting away for it. Häcken, but it's going to fall for Rousseau. Chance to get a shot away. Gives it to Caldente. Caldente just leaned back there and lifts it over the bar.
Yeah, got to do better than that. She just gets under it. It's brilliant from Rousseau again to take the ball. And she just manages to lay it off beautifully for Caldente to run onto. But she runs onto it way too quickly. Gets under the ball. Leans back. Always going over.
Yeah.
That's another beat. That's another good chance for Arsenal. That's not even testing the goalkeeper.
Here's Veek. Ball inside. Fosdalsa. Nice turn. Now here come Häcken and Vagard bringing that ball forwards. And I don't know why she's looked right there. There was a ball on left and she's looked right instead. Ran into traffic. McCabe. Now Cooney cross. Back to goalkeeper Zinsberger.
Yeah, just a bit of a waste of opportunity there for Häcken. Just didn't want to play it down that left, which was bizarre because they managed to drag Arsenal across once again.
Caldente. And that's cheap from McCabe, and she's got away with that one there. Deemed a foul from Veek. That looked soft. We'll see a replay, but that looked like a bit of a soft one. I think Veek got the ball.
Oh, McCabe kicks the ground.
Yeah.
She's kicked the ground, which meant she's messed up the back pass.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, no.
That's not a foul. Very fortunate there, Katie McCabe. She's bought the free kick well, to be fair, because she's just kicked the ground. And then gone down clutching her foot like she's been smashed into, so. Here come Arsenal, though. Fox. Little. Now Fox. And again, they give away possession quite cheaply. They've got away with it, though. Häcken with a defensive error there, a build-up error. They try and play it through. It just hits Anvergaard. And they're under pressure again. But again, Arsenal giving the ball away. Really cheaply. Kadina. Into McCabe. McCabe pass inside. Good challenge there. And it's going to fall to Veek. And they're trying to play it out of their own corner. It hasn't quite worked out. Arsenal win it back. McCabe. Kadina. Now Rousseau, nice turn, is caught, falls for Caldente, drifting inside Caldente to me, back to Caldente.
They're just trying to pass it in the goal.
Out of room.
Trying to pass it in the goal.
Yeah.
Caldente, in this situation, should never pass the ball to Mead.
And once she does, Mead, there's not really the time left to pass it on. I get what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
If that comes off, it's a really nice move, but there's not really the space for Caldente to run beyond there.
But Caldente should just cut inside and hit it. Mead has to. The problem is Mead has to play it to her because Carente's put it on Mead in the first place.
Well, the issue is there as well. It's just
that's got to be a shot as well.
Well, the problem is it's
on there.
Straight at her feet, so she hasn't got the time there. But this is really good from Rousseau. She sort of ran into trouble there. It was given his advantage, but and Veek in some discomfort after that collision.
Yeah,
the Häcken right back.
Häcken are managing, and I think they'll be content with how this is going, but it does just feel, last 5 minutes, Arsenal taking a slight advantage, you feel, in the game.
The pendulum swung towards the visitors in this one.
Yeah, very much so. Corner for Arsenal. Mead on it. They've got a lot of aerial threat into the area. We'll go short line.
Now here's McCabe. McCabe delivers. It's into a good area, but no one makes anything of it. And then it's cleared away by Rybrink.
I just don't understand that. I don't... playing the short is a bit bizarre. I don't mind playing it short, you get a cross it in, but don't put a low cross in. Arsenal have got aerial threat. They've got Rousseau. They've got Wubmoy. They've got Kadina. Yeah, they've got players that can challenge in the air. Why are you drilling a cross in?
If you are going to drill across, then you've got to make it work better than that.
Yeah.
Fox. Now Wubmoy. Back to Fox. Gives it out wide. Here's Kafai. Again, we're seeing the manoeuvrability, the versatility there. Kafai just popping up in a completely random area. Kadina. Finds Mead. Cooney cross into Kafai. Kafai waiting for Fox to overlap. Does now find Emily Fox. Back again to Kafai. Cooney cross. Forced backwards to Wubmoy. Can they find a ball through? Lovely movement from Cooney cross there. But she just runs into trouble, gives it wide. Fox, Kafai finds Kadina. Pass into McCabe. Kadina makes the run beyond. Not quite going to come off there. Mead. They've got a lot of players committed forward here, Arsenal. Little. Kadina has now retreated. Fox. Kafai. Unable to hold on to that, and here come Häcken. Arsenal just don't... they've got away with that one next. I'm not sure who Bergstrom is looking for down the line.
It's just messy.
It's not even that. They're just not finding the breakthrough. They're not finding the penetrative runs, the penetrative passes. They're not getting through. Again, they can't break down a low block.
They've had 2 shots, and they've both been off target by quite a way. That was handball as well from Rousseau.
He's given up against Alessia Rousseau there.
Just flicks it up into her arm.
Yeah.
But Arsenal, they'll just start, Häcken have just... There's a 5 minute spell where Arsenal just managed to put a bit of pressure on, but that seems to have just fizzled out a little bit, and Häcken are now back into it.
Yeah.
And the longer it goes like this, the more frustrating it's going to get for Arsenal.
Definitely.
I mean, I've been intrigued to see the possession because, for me, Häcken have had a bit more of the ball.
Well, that is what I was trying to do, but apparently UEFA don't have that. But 2 shots from Arsenal, 2 corners, an offside, two offsides for Häcken.
It's not quite what they're looking for at this moment in time. But as we said, tonight's not about putting the tie to bed. Tonight's just about, giving themselves an advantage. Whether it's 1-0, whether it's, 2-0, 2-1, just make sure you're leading on aggregate. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And then they go to Meadow Park knowing they just need to draw. I mean, obviously they'd like to be a bit more comfortable than that, but that would be the situation if they did win.
Little.
Well, I think it's played out. We haven't seen Cooney, Cross and Little really get on the ball at all.
No.
I think the problem against Rosenborg was those two are getting the ball and the attackers weren't. Now we're seeing the attackers get the ball, but they're not getting the creators in the game.
Ruben Moy finds Caldente, gets dragged down. So they've swapped Caldente and Mead now as well. Mead offering out on the left-hand side, Caldente on the right. Which sees Mead in a central area and Caldente stuck out wide. I mean, no idea.
Oh, that should ball go over Russo.
That ball should have gone through.
Cadente's in Akers.
Mead.
And that ball
plays it across to Fox.
There you go.
Now they can use the right-hand side. Caldente. Making out well in there with Little. Little stops on the ball and again she's lost it, but it's won back in there by Caldente. She's trying to play through 3 players there, Caldente. Got through 2 of them, to be fair, but held up by Nelhager and smashed up the line. Yeah, Arsenal just look devoid of options. Just there's no creativity out there.
Yeah.
They're getting to about halfway into Häcken's half, and then they can't find a pass beyond that point.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre. So bizarre.
And it's so disciplined, so regimented from BK Häcken. Give them their plaudits for that, but Arsenal have got to be more inventive. Cadena will carry that ball through lines of pressure. McCabe jostling away for it up there. Play it down the line. I mean, Russo will give it her all, but that is a difficult ball for her to do anything with, and it'll go back to Falk as Häcken look to settle into possession. Oslund. Kumar. Here's Oslund. Back to Falk. Now Rybring. Veek tries to play it forwards, doesn't quite come off. Fosdalsa fights for it. Cooney cross. Now Little. Arsenal looking to come down the right hand side. Fox. Into Caldente. And again they go back to Zinsberger.
Yeah, I mean, we're only halfway through the first half. It feels just like nothing, like not much. Just, no one's really got going yet. The game hasn't got going yet, I don't think. There's definitely more to come from this.
Fox tries to play it forwards, and that's just going to run off the end of the pitch. It's just been odd. They've had little glimpses where Arsenal have looked really promising, but other than that, it's been passes in behind where there isn't any space in behind. So they just go out for a Häcken goal kick.
Yeah.
Or that, a few little good combination plays. But it's just been clumsy. Like there. Yeah. They win the ball again high because Häcken are committed to playing out from the back and haven't got it right there. And then it comes off Caldente and goes out for a throw. So they lose all of the positives that they get from winning the ball, from pressing high.
I don't see what's going to change in this game. I mean, it's going to take someone from the bench or a tweak for Arsenal. They want to get something out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, do you look to your Black? I don't know whether it's him, but is it personnel or is it the fact that they're just not playing the right way to?
They're just so stagnant.
Yeah.
So stagnant in possession. Thing is, they haven't looked vulnerable, and I think that's exactly what Eidevall wants. So why change? Because they don't look like conceding at the moment. Mead, Leaves it for Kafai. He could get a shot away, just didn't have the time or space there.
Trigger. I mean, but again,
even if she fires into the player in front of her.
And this is what I mean. If this is a fully fit Beth Mead who's on form, she hits this undoubtedly. I mean, that was maybe
Kafai could hit it first time with the right foot.
Both players had a chance to shoot there, and they didn't have no one had a shot from that scenario.
Lostauser and Vergaard plays it down the line. That's something for Larissé to chase. And you know what? Clarissa Larissé will get there. Brilliant running from the Canadian striker. Has others she could bring into this game. Tries to come forwards. And that's a really crucial touch in there from Kadina.
It's a crucial tackle, but I think it's a pretty fortunate one. I don't think she does particularly well. Might just lose the foot race.
She's going to get there. Nudges down Lotta Wubamoy. Kadina comes across and does well there, but
I think it's lucky. Yeah. I think it's fortunate. She takes a stab at it and just gets something on it.
She's lunged in there, and if Larissé was a little bit more just on it, just burst forwards a bit quicker there, she would have been hacked down for a penalty.
Yeah.
So got away with that one, but a little bit clumsy from
Kadina. The fact the ball got through says everything you need to know.
Yeah.
The defender hasn't done her job if the ball still gets through. Well, I mean, it rolls through.
It's not in the back of the net, is it? So I think she's done all right, but...
And that's another ball gone out. Another sloppy back, knocking it around. It's just... And that's the thing, they're not even under pressure. These are just simple 5-10 yard passes that Arsenal are just not getting right at the moment. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. And now Häcken have a throw because of it.
Ball down the line, dealt with in the air there by Häcken. Kunmark. Vik. Here come Häcken. That's a poor touch in there from Vik, but then she does really well to fight for it and she's held.
Yeah.
No idea what McCabe doing there.
No.
She doesn't need a holder. She's done well to pounce on that and stop Vik coming forward. Vik backs into her, and rather than just walking around her and grabbing the ball, for some confusing reason, she's decided just to grab her.
Yeah, doesn't need to do that.
And then that's always going to be a free kick.
Yeah.
No idea what McCabe doing there.
Yeah, and that's a good chance for Häcken.
Well, exactly.
And I must say, a brilliant backdrop to this stadium. Phenomenal sunset coming through the trees. That's my highlight of the first 26 minutes. Look at the horizon.
I mean, beautiful.
Not horizon, sun, what I mean.
Beautiful sky.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
What can Häcken do? Yeah. From this dead ball situation, it's a ball lifted towards the back post when unmarked Rybring, who can't meet it.
Häcken have got to get that right.
That's Nelhager, the left back. That is so smart, the routine, because she's in acres there. Yeah. If she meets that with her head, heads it back across the box, chaos.
That is an unpunished opportunity for Häcken. They've got to take advantage of that. They've got to at least get a shot or at least head the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal started fast. They have, I think, frustrated themselves out of options, and Häcken have grown into this game realising that they can stop Arsenal, that they are in this. Vik's won it back. I don't know what Arsenal are doing at goal kicks at the moment. Right. That's twice now they've just kicked it to Häcken's right back. Ball down the line.
What
something
I don't understand.
To be chased by Bergstrom, who can't quite keep it in her possession.
The point of getting the defender to take it is so that you can use the goalkeeper to play out the back. What's the point in getting the defender to take it? Just to kick it long.
Just to smash it there right back.
Let the goalkeeper kick it long, because that's what goalkeepers do.
Oh, Kansan's very good kick it that far. Once they've got Van Domselaar, who we saw last season, I think she ranked highest in WSL for long passes completed.
Phenomenal.
And so very good. Very good statistics. McCabe coming across aggressively there, goes back now.
Lovely battle brewing between McCabe and Vik at the moment.
Yeah.
This could get tasty.
This one was...
his hands all over her and trips her up a bit there. Yeah.
I think it's a foul.
Doesn't need to do it. Doesn't need to give it though, because Arsenal weren't really bothered by it. Yeah.
Cooney Cross.
To be honest, I'm stunned that we've only watched 28 minutes.
Yeah, Arsenal dragging at the moment. Hopefully this game will spark into life soon. It may now, because Arsenal give the ball away again. It's poked through Larissé, and they're coming forwards. Options in there. She'll cut back on herself. Larissé takes aim. It's blocked. It will fall for and Vergaard. It's another good effort blocked. Cooney Cross hooks it away.
Silly. That's a silly foul. Larissé, for me, it's too predictable. She's just got to go direct to goal. She cuts back in, and it's obvious what she's going to do.
Tyndale at the back post.
Yeah. That's not a bad strike, I tell you what, from Ambergard. It's just a silly foul from...
It's Ambergard again.
Yeah.
Her shot's blocked and then she rushes to try and hit it again. But yeah, Leonard OG is saying Arsenal, I assume that's who you're supporting tonight. Fair enough. But yeah, not the 30 minutes Arsenal would have wanted so far. Third way through the game, it feels like a lot longer.
Yeah.
And that, to a certain extent, that'll play into Arsenal's hands because they've made this 30 minutes so tiring. But they've got to try and find a way to break Häcken down. So at the moment, they're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Nelhager. Oslund. Kuhnmark. I mean, their defensive midfielder has so much time in their own penalty area. They're so deep, Häcken, and yet they're playing through Arsenal. Arsenal have their 8 players committed to the press, pushing up, and then the 2 centre-halves left back.
That's a lovely ball down the line. Oh, I couldn't quite keep it on. Right idea from Häcken, though.
Arsenal going player for player across midfield. They've got an extra player in the front line, and Häcken are playing through it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, Arsenal's press has got to be more organised. They've got to find a way of stopping Häcken just playing out so easily.
Yeah, no.
And their defensive midfielder, for Häcken's defensive midfielder in there, Kuhnmark or Fosslada, depending on who drops in there, they've both had so much time and space in there.
Yeah, no.
Or he's operated in a small area with 3 players around it. Someone's got to go touch tight. Because if you go player for player there, yes, it means Häcken will probably try and hit it long, but you can deal with that. Because you're player for player in the back line, you've got the physical advantage.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. Man City doing much better than Arsenal today. Yeah, I forgot to have a look at how they're getting on. So let's have a glance. They are up by 2-0 already. Miedemar on 37 and Park on 39.
Wow.
Good start to the season for Manchester City then. If they can continue in that manner, they may not need a second leg.
No.
Cleared away there by Oslund.
And again, that's against a team that reached the group stage last season.
Well, they got through the group stage, didn't they?
No.
They're going. Oh yeah, for the.
They're in the Häcken Chelsea group.
Yeah, true. They beat Real Madrid.
They did beat Real Madrid. So very, very good outfit, that Paris FC side. Man City not having any problems. Arsenal suffering a little bit against a equally as strong Häcken side. McCabe on the corner. It looks like Arsenal might finally go direct, although Meady stood right next to her. I hope they just put this in the box. And we have to wait because someone's holding somebody.
Referee not happy with the holding in the penalty area. We'll make that clear. And now a corner. Will McCabe deliver it or play it short? It will be swung in towards the near post, headed away. Now Cooney Cross. I didn't seem to have a near post runner there, Arsenal, so I'm not really sure why they've aimed it at the near post. Fox in behind. Rybrinker left that there. Needs a call from a goalkeeper. It's smashed away in there by Kuhnmark. And out now for a Arsenal throw on the far side.
Yeah. Still just not clicking for Arsenal. They're not. They haven't reached. They need to start climbing the gears.
Other games in the Champions League then. Hammarby, Julie Blackstad has scored for them against SL Benfica. Not good for Benfica at all. Juventus won, Paris Saint-Germain won, Vangsgaard and Samora with the goals there. And then Anderlecht, Valerenga has just got started.
Oh, huge mistake.
Chance and it's off the bar.
Wow.
Rosa Kafai from close range thunders one against the Häcken crossbar. That had to go in.
Massive error at the back for Häcken, and Kafai's got to score that. She's in the penalty area, she's under no pressure. Whole goal to aim for, and she hits the bar. That has got to be a goal.
Falk, Rybrink, now Veek. They'll come forward. Will Arsenal go on to rue that missed opportunity?
That's a huge chance.
That's brilliant in there. From Tyndale down the line towards Veek. Veek will fight for it. Good use of the body from Lea Cadena. Kafai, a look of frustration across her face there. Falk threw it to Rybrink. Rybrink just gets caught in there by Caldente. Falls for Kafai. She
falls over.
Yeah, just gets under it. She's trying to aim for that far corner, but because she is so close to the goal.
Yeah.
She has to turn so much, she ends up falling over, and it means that she is obviously then leaning back and just catches the ball and sends it up.
That's another error from
Error
Arsenal.
from Arsenal. Chance now. Kunmark. And that's just overplayed in there. Kunmark to Anvegard didn't quite work out. Lara Say. No idea she's picked up with that pass.
But the fact that nothing comes from that chance is all to do with the tackle from Kim Little initially. It's a brilliant tackle. It's one that if she could have got horribly wrong and it would have been a penalty. It's a brilliant tackle just to break the whole move down.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, really good stuff from Kim Little. But action at either end, and errors starting to find their way into both defences. Creep in, that's what I was looking for. Errors starting to creep in.
Yeah, ball. Fox tries to play it forward. Here's Mead. And that's a ball out wide looking for Fox, who made the overlapping run. It's not quite come off though. Well, it's just, I think frustration is the way to summarise this first. 10 minutes left of the second half, of this first half, sorry, but I think frustration is the way to summarise this first half so far. They've just not really taken their chances.
No.
Not really been able to break down Häcken at times. It's been a frustrating half for Arsenal. Häcken have done well to frustrate them. Beck Uras saying, guys, overall, who's playing better? It's difficult to say because Häcken haven't exactly come forwards loads. Here's a Cooney cross. Really nice movement, but the shot just a little bit too high. Because, yeah, Verk, Arsenal done really well to create some opportunities, but they're not really doing it consistently enough. Häcken have set up really well defensively. Arsenal's pressing isn't really working at the moment. Häcken are playing through it too easily, I think. But then we saw a moment ago they gave the ball away and Arsenal really should have scored. So it's difficult to say, but a team of Arsenal's quality you would expect to be doing better than this. So in that regard, I'd have to say Häcken are doing the better job out of the two.
Yeah, I think overall Häcken are executing their game plan much better than Arsenal are.
Yeah,
and that's the difference at the moment.
Yeah, half time by the way in Paris. Paris FC 0, Manchester City 2. Really good start there. Juventus are now 2-1 up. Cantore with that goal. And here come Häcken.
It's just good football.
Ball lifted in behind. Tyndall has Veek coming up to support and might wait for Veek. Tyndall has to put this ball in. I'll take a shot. There's an opportunity there for a shot. Kunmark. Nelhager lifts it over the top. There's just not really the space for it in there. Häcken have the same issue as Arsenal attacking areas. They're trying to be too cute about it. Tyndall has a chance for a shot, doesn't take it. Kunmark has a chance for a shot, doesn't take it.
Well, that was the problem. The passes, sideways passes across the edge of the area were just too hard. They were fizzed in at each other at the feet, so you can't take that first time. And then by the time you take the touch, the chance is gone. It's just not getting it right in the final third is either side at the moment.
And it's creating a very interesting storyline here. We've got two sides here with 10 minutes left in the second half who just can't really find a route to go.
No. I did certainly nil in the first half. So
I just want to Häcken, so maybe there's a goal coming in the next 10 minutes. Or maybe we won at Arsenal because here come the Gunners. Cardente in towards the back post. Really well claimed there by Falk.
Easy pickings for the keeper. Cardente, it's a half cross, half shot. It just floats up and perfectly for Falk just to run onto it and catch it.
And it's poor again. Chancellor Russo bearing in on goal. Häcken gave it away cheaply. They've taken too long about it. Across to Mead. Can she get a shot away? Why are they doing this in the penalty area? I don't know what they're doing, Arsenal.
Why is Russo past that?
Mead. Little. Cuts it back and it's stopped by Rybrink.
Wow.
I'm so glad I don't support Arsenal because I would be so frustrated watching this. They have two players there for Arsenal, but in the penalty area, that's surely a yellow for Cadena stopping the counter-attack. There it is indeed. And that is a yellow card for Lea Cadena. Häcken looked to break and she's just tripped off Anvegard there.
But Alessia Russo wins the ball back in the penalty area and chooses to pass the ball.
Infuriating Arsenal are to watch. Because, Russo had a chance there. Even Mead afterwards takes way too long on the ball. They've got to get shots away. Falk has not been tested at all tonight. I don't think she's made a save.
No.
Because the shots Arsenal have had have been speculative efforts from range or shots that weren't really going to go in. And the only shot they have had that was of any... Well, have they had any huge quality? Kafai hit the crossbar. That doesn't test Falk. They've got to put it on target. The goalkeeper's not even had to make a save yet. Nel Haga. Häcken happy to hold on to possession here. And just slow it down. Because this game has been very high energy. Now they'll try and go through the motions, go through the gears. Nel Haga coming forwards, Häcken. That has come off quite weirdly there between Fox and Bergstrom. Bergstrom trying to attack Fox. It's come off. Fox went smashing up the line. But Arsenal in possession now. Cooney cross. Mead. That is too cute in there. Just play the sensible pass out of Fox. He tries to play a little flick round the corner. It's not quite come off. Häcken throw in now as they look to move forwards. But yeah, they're just trying to be too cute and clever about it, Arsenal. Just the simple stuff they're not getting right at the moment. And trying to play these fancy flicks. And it's just not working. But here they have won it high up the field. Dealt with well by Oslund. Now he's deemed a foul in there on Beth Mead, which I think they can count themselves lucky for.
Yeah.
Kadina. Forced back now to Zinsberger. She'll smash it forwards. Cuts out in there by Foster. And now Anvagard tries to bring it forward but can't. Little. Forced back to Wuben Moy. Now Zinsberger. Kadina. Does really well there to play out. Caldente. Little. Cooney cross into Little. I mean, even there, they don't feel comfortable, but they have played out of it well, Arsenal. I just felt they relied too much on individuals there, like Caldente being able to shrug off a player and then pass it into Cooney Cross, who managed to, move that ball really nicely to take that strike. It's not because they're in really good positions, they know what they're doing, they're really comfortable. They've just got really good players who are playing well, despite the fact they don't seem to be set up very well today. Caldente, Rousseau. Caldente. Here's Katie McCabe, draws one into the box, and it's headed away. It's going to fall for Cooney Cross. Here's Fox. Plays it wide. Mead.
I'm intrigued to see where this game's going to go, because, I mean, with 4 minutes left for the first half, I don't see much change. The second half's going to be big. Second half's going to be very big to see how this plays out.
McCabe, Cooney Cross. Rousseau goes all the way back to Ruben Moy. That's a pass that should never have from Fox. And that's dealt with in there by Kunmark, and they'll try and come forwards now. Ruben Moy gives that ball away to Larissay, and they'll try and come forwards now. Larissay into Tyndale, waiting for Veek. That's not on, and she's waited too long. She's given it away. Rousseau tries to come inside, and she's won a free kick in there. That's clumsy from Häcken because Rousseau wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, didn't need to do that. And they could be punished if Arsenal use it correctly, though.
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? What will they do from this set piece?
Yeah, just a cross between Kermark and Tyndall. Just unnecessary. But can Arsenal use it at all? I mean, if Arsenal don't score the next 3 minutes, it's going to be a very frustrating first half team talk from Jonas Eidevout. You feel he can't be happy with what he's seen this first half. But again, it's not necessarily been wrong, it just hasn't been very right. They go short again.
McCabe lifting it into the box, it's headed away. Now Rousseau. Look to put it back in there. We'll go back though to Little. Mead. Cooney Cross, nice movement. Ball in, and that's over everyone and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's just not working. It's just not working. The quality in the final third at the moment is just not coming out for Arsenal like that. It's an overhit ball from Fox. It's just not it's not the finished article. The front attacking areas tonight have not looked polished.
Yeah. Kim Little plays it forward. Now Mead. And that goes back to Falk.
Very
The
unsafe.
foul in there. I'm not sure why they've given that as a free kick though, because Häcken had the ball. They've just played out to Nelhager, and there was so much space on the left-hand side because Arsenal committed that foul and committed so many players centrally that free kick's worse for Häcken than the situation they had. Because look at all the space on the left-hand side. Because Meads run through the middle to go and barge someone over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so smooth in there from Forstalsa. Lovely bit of footwork. Just takes her around two Arsenal players. And now a ball down the line. Larissé will chase after it and she might get there. Zinsberger out quickly and she clears it out. But that was close there between Zinsberger and Larissé.
Yeah. But it's just that negativity and the whole thing. Zinsberger, not once did she, even if Larissé wasn't on her, not once did she think to play that. Or try and use it. That was always going out for a throw.
In that situation, I can understand it though.
Yeah, because Larissé was very close to her, but even if Larissé was a bit further back, she... Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird... Arsenal just... I don't know.
Caldente, Kafai plays it wide.
Like they're trying... Arsenal are trying to pass it into the 6-yard box. That's their problem at the moment. And the shots they have had haven't been great. The Kafai chance was huge. Apart from that, they haven't had very many good shots. They haven't had any good shots. They haven't had any shots, really. This is better, though.
Yeah, come Arsenal really well dealt with there by Bergstrom, given there was a foul and a yellow card.
Shirt all the way.
Fair enough. Minute of additional time in this first half. Yeah, she did pull out of there, to be fair, Bergstrom.
Yeah, I think the added time says it all. That there's not much to add on, not many stoppages. Second yellow of the game, one apiece now, and still no goals apiece. Unless Arsenal can do something for this set piece. Although I'd sum up all the other set pieces, they'll go short and then play a really poor ball into the penalty area.
Yeah.
They'll get cleared by either the first player or by the goal kick when the goal kick happens.
And a ball in towards the box, and it's claimed by Falk.
Yeah. Straight into the keeper's arms, and that's it.
And that is the end of the first half here in Sweden. BK Häcken 0, Arsenal 0. A frustrating first half for the Gunners, as they just couldn't really find a way to break down the Swedish reigning champions. Yeah, tough 45 so far. They've had chances, but they've been few and far between. And yeah, neither side really able to get a stranglehold on this game, but I think Häcken will be happy with the two sides. They've kept a very strong Arsenal team at bay so far. And yeah, good stuff. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting watch. I think Arsenal will be very frustrated though with the 45 minutes they've had so far. They've just not really been able to find that breakthrough. And yeah. Anyway, I was going to say, I didn't mention it during the first half, I didn't want to interrupt the game, but I will thank you guys very much for 1.5k. Incredible stuff. We crossed over the mark just after we started stream, but yeah, we were talking. I didn't want to interrupt, so I'll say it now. Thank you guys very, very much for 1,500 subscribers. It means so much. We are now pushing towards 2k. WCL season starting this weekend, and yeah, we don't really have a goal. We're just going to see where it takes us. But yeah, I'm very excited to be back. We are now back with regular streams. Should be at least one a week now for a good while. So look out for those. And yeah, very, very exciting stuff. A great start. Great time for the season, isn't it? We're at the start of the campaign. We've got stream today, stream Friday, stream Sunday. All the videos we've done over the last few weeks. Buzzing for it. But yeah, on the game tonight then. Where's been going wrong for Arsenal? Well, it seems an endless list at times. But it's just mainly those they can't break down teams. We very much know that by now. Eidevall's tactic doesn't break teams down, which is a huge issue when they play so many teams who are going to set up defensively, because people know they can't break down low blocks, so they're going to play a low block and then Arsenal can't score. That's the huge issue. Now I know they've got players like Caldente, like Kafai, who had just joined, and you would think that they would be able to take... If Arsenal could just score from a speculative effort, which could happen because they are very good players, then they'll be all right. But they can't find a way to create a clear-cut big opportunity. So yeah, other than when Häcken made the mistake in when they were trying to build out, and obviously Rosie Kafai then crashed a shot against the crossbar. Other than that, we've not really seen Arsenal be able to press Häcken, win the ball back and make something happen off the back of that, which we should see that. We should see Häcken in situations like that being put under pressure. Instead, that is the only time in the first 45 that Häcken have lost the ball from playing out. A lot of the time, they have played out with ease, and it's through an Arsenal pressing structure that should be very aggressive. They are committing a lot of players forward. They've got both fullbacks committed to the wide players. They're going player for player in midfield. They've got 4 players in the front line now because Kafai presses up and they push up in a 4. So the fact that press just isn't working, you've got to question where it's going wrong, and they're not dropping a player onto the defensive midfielder. So between the two lines there, they don't really know who no one knows who's picking that player up. And so we're seeing Kermart, we're seeing Fosdalta drop between the two lines, and there's so much space. And then once the 4 players constrict on you, the 2 central midfielders, the striker and the attack midfielder, once they constrict on you, well, if you've passed that ball off quick enough, then they all come inside to try and chase the ball, then all the players that they were marking, all the passing lanes that they were cutting out, suddenly become open. And then Hare can play a few passes and they can break through the Arsenal team easily. They are just not organised yet enough in the press. They've got to be more organised. For me, I'd stick Kafai on that defensive midfielder, because then they don't know how they're playing out. They haven't got that outlet. I know they're playing a double pivot and another player will pop up somewhere, but they've got to try and limit that. They've got to have Kafai and Russo a bit more organised up there, and the 2 midfielders got to be more disciplined. Maybe push one up, have one deeper. They're struggling to go player for player in there at the moment. It's just interesting. Another question in chat saying, if Leah was there, would it be better? I don't think it'd make a huge world difference. The thing with Leah Williamson is that she's very good at doing these long diagonal switches. So she may be able to pick out someone in behind, or be able to switch the play from the right hand side to the left hand side a little bit quicker. So maybe you could argue that if you can execute a pass from the right hand side to the left hand side, pick out Caldente and acres of space, then that attack happens so much faster. But because the ball has to go through like 3 passes across the midfield to get across the Caldente, by that point Häcken have shifted across. So they are getting caught out at the moment a little bit like that. If they could play those crossfield passes, those switch passes, they will find players in space. And then obviously because the Häcken team is very narrow, very compact, and has gone over to the other side of the pitch, there is space in the opposite wide area. But they need someone that's going to try those passes. And I think without Leah Williamson, they don't have anyone like that.
Yeah, and I think Arsenal, it's the reverse problem of last season. As we spoke about in the build-up, last campaign, their problem was there was a disconnect. Their players were too wide. They weren't, linking up with each other. Now, they're not using the space out wide. They've got the players out there. They just need to find them and need to get them on the ball, because they will cause problems. And I think Häcken are a good side, but if you do test them, if you put them under consistent pressure, they will crumble, just because they simply don't have the quality that Arsenal do. But the problem is, if you're Häcken, they're probably sitting there going, yeah, that was a good half. That was a nice half. Yeah. They weren't under much pressure. I wouldn't say they were put under any serious threat at any point during the first 45 minutes. For Arsenal, it's disappointing. I think they're letting Häcken off at the moment. They've got to start putting this Häcken backline under the cosh, and if they do so, I think it will bring results.
Yeah, well, I said that I was talking about that because the only time they pressed them effectively was when they won the ball back and Kafai then thundered a shot against the crossbar. And Häcken have played out the press so easily today, find that defensive midfielder, whoever drops in there, because of Arsenal's pressing structure. That's something they've really got to work on for Manchester City, because if you give Yui Hasegawa that time and space, and everyone swarms her like they have, because so far, what we've seen is Arsenal have a front 4 in one line, and then the midfield 2 going player for player, the fullbacks pushing up onto player. So it's a very aggressive pressing structure, because you go player for player as well in the back line. You've got those 2 centre halves there who could get caught out. Yeah. But they are physically and they are quick enough to be able to deal with that. Yeah. But what they're doing is Häcken are just dropping a defensive midfielder in between the 2 lines, and then the striker and attack midfielder both go towards her. The midfielders can both go towards her. So if they play a pass out, then suddenly you've got 4 players marking 1. And that's where these gaps are opening up. That's where the half spaces are becoming apparent, because Arsenal have got a box of players just standing in the middle of the pitch. And so, yes, we've seen them drop their defensive midfielder really deep into the penalty area at times, but that's where the space is. And that's where they can then find, by doing that, they invite Arsenal so high that they can then play through it. And that's why they've been breaking through them so easily. Justin Williams saying, called it, Arsenal struggle first half. It'd be interesting to see if I'd changed anything up, because we need to see a bit more pragmatism from him this season. The thing that we have seen in the past is him be very pragmatic, him act quickly, and they go and win games because of that. The game that sticks out to me was the Aston Villa game, where he realised there was space to be exploited. He just shoved players up front and they just forced a goal. Obviously, they're not going to stick 7 up front with 45 minutes left of the first leg of the Champions League second round qualification game, but they can still do things tactically, because I think at the moment they're just a little bit too slow, a little bit too stagnant. It's not really clicking. Johnny Rev says, seems like neither McCabe, Mariona or Fox and Mead are on the same page. Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think there is just a bit of a disconnect, which you sort of get tactically. But what confuses me is why they're using Mead to drive inside. Because Mead can play as an out winger. She's not great in central areas, Beth Mead. There's a reason we know her as a winger or someone, she can play that inside forward type role. That doesn't really exist in this Arsenal side, so she's got to play as a winger. Instead, because both fullbacks push up, at different times, and they have this, they vary based on which side the ball's on. We're seeing me drift into an attacking midfielder role, which she can't really play.
No.
So it's creating a bit of a weird situation at the moment. And then you've got times where Fox is going up, and then they don't really know how to work it in those wide areas. I still think that Fox and Mead don't really know how to play together. Mariona Caldente and McCabe don't really know how to play together. And there's just this disconnect in wide areas. And when they do get the ball there, it's just too slow. The other issue is because they're taking too long to get the ball there, Häcken are getting across quick enough. So the amount of times they've tried to play combinations down the right-hand side, I've noticed it with Fox, especially Fox and Mead on the right-hand side, is that there are way too many Häcken players because they've pushed across, because they've become compact. What Arsenal need to do there is a pass back to centre half and then a quick ball out to the left back and try and switch the play quicker. Because if instead they take ages, they then play the slowest passes I have ever seen and eventually end up at Cadena, who goes out left. And by that point, Hair can shift across the field.
Yeah.
And then they can just be narrow and compact in this space instead. And it means that when they try and come up the other wing, they have the same issue.
Yeah.
And it feels like Häcken are playing with two teams in that at that point, because Arsenal come down one side and the whole team is there. They come down the other side and the whole team's there. They've got to be a bit quicker at switching the play. Johnny Sins, welcome to the stream, saying Kafai is the next Hannah Benison. It's all hype. There's nothing special. That is harsh. That is harsh. I think in a team where she's given more freedom, where she's given more individual, given more freedom to roam and license to do what she wants, she's very special. We saw that at Häcken last season. I think anyone that watched Häcken last season would agree that Kafai was very special.
Yeah.
Whether we'll see that in an Arsenal shirt or whether it just won't work out, I'm not sure. But to be fair, I also think that's quite harsh on Hannah Benison. She's got to move to Juventus now because she played well enough for Everton. Yeah, she's not as flashy as someone like a Rosa Kafai, but she is a very well-drilled, diligent midfielder. With Kafai, I think the output hasn't really been there yet with her Arsenal career, but look at the movement and the pressing that she did to go and get the ball for that first goal. For her shot, sorry, not for the goal. There wasn't a goal. But the shot, she got into that position. Yes, she should have scored, but she really should have scored.
Yeah, she should have scored, but that's the thing. It's very, very early days. First competitive start against Häcken tonight.
I'm gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, she hasn't really. We didn't see her really at all in the first round of qualification, and I think Kafai hasn't really done much, but neither has anyone else in the Arsenal side. So I definitely think that at the moment for Arsenal, it's definitely more of a team problem. It is just not coming together in the final third. It's too slow. They're trying to force it into the goal. Someone just needs to start taking responsibility, and somebody just needs to start having a go on goal. Too many times we saw Russo play a pass when she was in the penalty area. We've seen Mead play a pass when she was in the penalty area. We've seen Caldente play. We've seen so many players just trying to pass it into the goal. Arsenal need to start taking some shots, start testing Falk in the Häcken net, and really start to put this Häcken side under pressure. And that is the main thing for Arsenal, is put this defence up against it and see what happens. I think that overall there will be a concern because, as we saw, Häcken can cause issues. They can attack. They will come at Arsenal. there were a few opportunities there for the Swedish side to cause some problems. And they've done well to come forward. They've done well to put this Arsenal backline in a bit of difficulty. If they keep doing that, they could score. And if Häcken score in this game and go 1-0 up, suddenly Arsenal are in massive trouble. And they've got a huge problem because they then go back to the home leg with a goal down. So I think the main thing for Arsenal is do not concede at this point and start to try and work a way to find a goal. I'd expect us to see some changes as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see some substitutions come on just to add a bit more life and a bit more pace to the game. But we'll see what Eidevall wants to do. Definitely for Arsenal, it's got to change tactically. They've got to mix things up. They've got to be more organised and they've got to be quicker with it and really start to move this ball. Johnny says, I've seen that Clarissa Larissé wasn't called up to Canada for Olympics. She's far better than Deanne Rose. I think Larissé is very, very sharp and clearly, she is a very, very capable forward, and clearly tonight she looks on the mark. If Häcken do get her opportunities, we know she's going to take them, and I think you're right. She definitely should have been in that Canada squad for the Olympics. She's a very, very high quality striker. She's a very, very good goal scorer as well. She's such a dangerous player, but she's also very good with the ball. With the ball in possession. So, yeah, I definitely think that she should have been in the conversation with Canada. But for tonight, Häcken, they know how to use her. If she gets opportunities, she will take them. But it says Arsenal have difficulty scoring goals in Miedemar's absence. That is an interesting point. Obviously, she is a very, very capable goal scorer. We know how good she is at scoring goals, but I think obviously last season she didn't really deliver too much in terms of the goal scoring. It was a tough end of the year. Yes, she's gone to City and has scored immediately in the Champions League, but I think it's an interesting point. I think Arsenal have got enough firepower to find the back of the net without Miedemar, but obviously it is very hard to replace one of the best strikers in the WSL of all time. So I definitely see where you're coming from that point of view, but I think for now they've got the players, they should be able to find the goals, and there will be an Arsenal change. That is Frida Manum coming on.
So is that Rosa Kafai Hook then?
Potentially so.
Or someone else.
There are a couple of things
we
on
could
this as well,
see.
so if you want to get through that.
Jacob said Häcken home is a strong team. Very true. We saw them excel in the Champions League last season, one of the surprise packages of the tournament. They looked really good in the group stage, and obviously then went through to play Barcelona. Very difficult tie that they lost, but they were very good. So yeah, you are right there, Jacob. Sapphire saying City is cruising against Paris FC. What is the score now? Have they added any more to their tally? Yes, it's 3-0. A goal from Mary Fowler. They're looking very good.
Yeah, really strong. That's exactly what they want, because then they can rest next week.
Yeah, other than that, still 2-1 Juventus PSG. Benfica are now level with Hammarby. Martin Prieto with the goal there. And then Anderlecht Vålerenga has started fast with 2 goals from Vålerenga in the first 16 minutes. And then Vertufu has just got one back for Anderlecht. So exciting first 30 there, but we've got 45 minutes left here of this first leg for a team to try and find a breakthrough. Can get us back underway for 45 minutes of UEFA Women's Champions League qualification action. Here is Mead. Flicks into Manum. Manum around the corner. So it is Rosa Gaffai, I believe, who's hooked. I mean, that's an interesting call. I know she didn't have a fantastic first half. She missed a big opportunity. But you feel this is the kind of game for her to really get her teeth into. But we'll see. It just feels like at the moment she hasn't got the same sort of space she had when she was playing for Häcken, because she was the sole attack midfielder there, so her role would be to be everywhere across that front line. But yeah, she doesn't have that. That's poor from Fox, and here come BK Häcken. Larissé. And Vigard looking to take on Fox, gets around Fox. Fox does well to recover though. Give the ball back and now go to Mead. But yeah, that was clumsy from Fox there. Gave the ball away in a really silly area.
Yeah. But got away with it, and now Arsenal can bring themselves forward. But this is what you mean. Look at the space. Look at the space that Carente is on the left-hand side.
Now
They just can't find her.
A pass inside to Manum. That's a good ball. That's an absolute mess.
Pass. And yet that has been...
That is an absolute mess. I think it's offside.
No, so it's indirect free kick.
I was like, thank you, referee, for telling us what that signal meant. But what a mess.
And I think there's a
Häcken.
conversation we had here. It's an absolutely, it's just calamity.
Why did the defender touch the ball?
I don't know. Did she think he didn't have the legs on
Mammon
it?
plays a smart little pass back. Vick then plays it back to a goalkeeper who wasn't expecting that. She was just going to come in and deal with the pass. And then because she has to use her hands and it's passed back to her by Vick, it's obviously a pass back. So an indirect free kick here. And a chance for Arsenal to punish a really stupid mistake from Häcken.
Yeah, it's always one of the weirdest free kicks in football. Because everyone just stands on the goal line. I mean, the wall is practically on the goal line.
Yeah.
And you can't just put everybody in a line. It's very difficult to score from these. What can Arsenal counter with is a good opportunity. It's still a good opportunity though, if you can be smart about it, if you can work it well. The worst idea is just to knock it and shoot because you're just going to get blocked. Look for a cutback here. Look for an option. Look for someone you can find. What can Arsenal
Drill it with Mead. See if it goes through. We'll see what they do here. Oh, McCabe tries to dummy it there, and Häcken players move from the wall. McCabe baiting them again, plays to Mead. Mead takes aim, it's Messi, can they turn it home? Bouncing around the penalty area, falls now to Wubben-Moy. Wubben-Moy into Russo. Russo trying to make something happen here. It's a really good bit of defending from Bergstrom.
I don't think the tactic there was McCabe fakes it 3 times, then Mead has a shot which deflects down to another player, unless it was. But a bizarre scenario, doesn't end up in the goal.
Still couldn't quite turn it home. Mead. Ball in from McCabe, a bit of a wild one. Russo heads it up in the air. Caldente tries to bring it down but can't. And now here come Häcken. One back in there by Cooney Cross though. Fox. Caldente. McCabe. Caldente. McCabe. Lovely link up. Russo plays it back. And that will be Little's ball to come up to. Here's Cooney Cross. Mead. Fox. Little. Finds Caldente, tries to find Mead, who does keep it on, doesn't actually. It's a goal kick. Edgemont to the stream saying, hello, good to see ya. Percival says the game's only 0-0. Yeah, true. Arsenal are still in this. They should be doing better than they are.
Absolutely. The actual Arsenal player didn't touch the ball all the way when from that indirect free kick when it deflected. It was Häcken clearing it themselves.
Yeah.
But the same problems are happening in this second half.
Eden asking is this the first Champions League match for Arsenal? No, this is still qualification stages. This is the first round of the second leg of Champions League qualification.
So Arsenal now, this is their third. They've already played 3. They've got to play. They've already played 3 games. 4th one next week against Häcken again.
Mead, and then if they win over 2 legs, they're into the proper competition.
Thought that was a great chance with Caldente winning it back, but it just ran through to the keeper. Oh, that is a terrible back pass, but again it will just
away with it.
Wow.
4-0 City, by the way, Just Park.
Wow.
With the goal.
Yeah, I don't think they need to worry about that second leg.
And Wolfsburg off to a flying start against Fiorentina. Häcken are just continuously giving Arsenal the ball here. McCabe tries to put it in there. It's going to fall for Russo.
But how have Arsenal gone backwards from that? They've won the ball back on the edge of the Häcken penalty area, and they've managed to go backwards. It astonishes me. It's impressive.
Wubben-Moy plays it forwards. Here's Kim Little.
Oh,
darts
lovely.
Inside. Now ball out wide. McCabe. Here's Mead. Nice turn. McCabe just can't quite find any space there. Caldente, ball in. Beth Mead straight on the target. What a stop from Falk at close range. Huge block in there. And Arsenal, how have they not put the ball in the back of the net right there? Here's Fox.
Wow.
A great save from the goalkeeper at point blank range. Ref says, get up, Mead. And then Wubben-Moy seemed to foul Larissé there. I think she'll be booked for that.
Wow. What a moment for Beth Mead. How has she not scored? It's a brilliant save. I need to watch that one back, and we are going to watch it back. It's a lovely
Great
ball
from
in.
Caldente, a header
Oh, what a
straight at
save.
Falk. And then if we can get if we can see the replay a little further, there's another great block in there. Once Russo tried to take the shot.
That is an incredible
It's
save.
phenomenal. Falk made herself big. Comes off her face.
Mead tries to go back across her, thinking Falk's sprinting across the goal, but it's a brilliant save.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see the push on Mead. Yeah, it's the hands, it's the feet.
Afterwards, in the aftermath, it is the hands. But initially, she goes down too softly in the first place. I think that's why they're not given a foul there. Was we might booked for that
I didn't
trip off
see.
of Larissy there.
Falk is down because she did take a ball to the face. But wow, what a moment in this game. Arsenal had so many big chances in the first 7 minutes of the second half. You feel they should have found the back of the net. You really do.
Yeah.
But alas, the game is still level.
Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. Did you see, while we've got a moment here, did you see the Manchester City Khadija Shaw mess?
No.
So she couldn't play tonight because they forgot to get her a visa to travel to Paris to be able to play in the game.
Wow.
So she wasn't available for selection tonight, which is a truly bizarre and stupid situation
Yeah.
for a professional club to find themselves in. But yeah, I mean,
They're coping without her, eh?
well, they're absolutely fine. Häcken holding on in the first 7 minutes of this half.
Yeah.
I mean, this stoppage timed nicely for them to just try and get themselves back into the game a bit more.
Yeah.
But Falk will be all right to continue, it looks at it.
Hell of a save. You know, they talk about goalkeepers putting their bodies on the line for their team. That's exactly what they mean. Brilliant stop.
Benfica are now ahead against Hammarby. It was 45.
Wow.
Well, a while there, Hammarby were doing very well, but they are now down 2-1. Wolfsburg, as I was trying to say, but then we were interrupted by Arsenal playing very well, are 1-0 up through Heggering.
Corner.
Against Fiorentina, so
Definitely.
I would assume so, or she's just smashed it from 40 yards.
Oh, what is that from Häcken?
So poor pass. Nalaga unable to get there. They just seem unsettled now.
Yeah.
Häcken, Arsenal put them under the cosh a bit.
That's a misplaced
making
5-yard
mistakes.
pass. Arsenal have got to punish.
Fox. She's going to be at the goal by the time she takes this throw.
saying.
She's making up so many yards.
The ball went off in the Arsenal half. She's now in the Häcken
She's
half.
practically in the technical area.
Yeah. That's mental.
Just kept walking. So, Rybrink, Kermark, Rybrink. And here they find Anvegard in the half space, plays it down the line, it's over here. But that's what I was talking about there, but they're now doing it by pushing a centre half forwards. So again, Häcken have adapted there to Arsenal. Arsenal dropped their pressing line a little further back now because they realised they were getting caught out. And so Häcken have just pushed a centre half forwards to be that player. They pass it between the two. They wait for a Häcken player to find the space in Arsenal not to react. Then they pick her out. And that was a really good movement from Anvegard into the half space. They picked her out in there. And suddenly they've played through Arsenal's first line and second line pretty much of pressure.
Yeah. No.
If the pass was better there into the wide area into Bergstrom, Häcken would have basically gone from their own defence through to their left winger in 2 passes. Way too porous, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Here's McCabe. Now driving inside. That's given away a little too easily by Marione Caldente. Falk. Oh, looking for Tyndall.
Sort of a good flick on that from McCabe.
Well, it's the wrong way.
Well, no, yeah, but I think that's what she meant to do.
Here is McCabe. Caldente. There's Cadena looking for a forward pass. And this is the difference because Arsenal aren't finding the forward passes. When they're under pressure from Häcken, there isn't the forward option.
Yeah.
So often they're just being forced backwards. Zinsberger. Rubenmoy. Now they can come down the right hand side though. Fox isolated against the wing back, against the fullback. Can she take her on? Fox's touch wasn't great there, but she has done well to win a corner. Not a natural dribbler at all, though. Emily Fox does well to work with what she's got.
Yeah. Another chance for Arsenal to get the ball in. Why? The short corners are frustrating me. I don't understand it. If you're going to play it short and put the ball in, just put the ball in initially. You don't gain anything. You gain a little. You don't really. There's not much difference. McCabe should just swing this in. It should be a bloody good delivery, and that is what she's going to do. And that is a decent ball.
Ball in, and that is flicked away. Well, that's claimed my way foul. Like Arsenal with just more speculative balls to try just delivering into the box. Man City is punishing Paris FC. Is it 5 now? No, it's still 4-0, but yeah. That is a dominant display.
Because they're going to rock up at the Joey Stadium next week. And
do they need to rock up?
Yeah, they'll send the under-23s. It'll be a good moment to see players like Blinkfield, Brown, and that get to play. It will be a rotated 11.
They've already rotated a bit tonight. Firmino had to start. They didn't play Kelly. They didn't play Khadija Shaw because they couldn't. So they have had a bit of a rotated 11 anyway.
Yeah.
Yamashita in goal.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Not really. I mean, they should be beating Paris FC comfortably.
And I guess Keating's fitness, the amount of time she spent most of last season playing with her knee strapped up.
Yeah, true.
Whereas Arsenal are not enjoying the same
down the line
goal-scoring delight that City are.
With more under pressure from Larissy. And they are still being chased down here. Larissy unrelenting in the press. I don't know what Larissy's frustrated about now because she's offering nothing to the press.
I think...
While moaning that no one else is pressing, but...
To be fair, I think Häcken are probably a better outfit than Paris FC are. But it's not. It's not 4-0
last season, definitely. Recent. That's the thing people forget though. People go, Häcken were a really good team last year. Sure, yeah, they were. But they've lost Rosa Kafai, who was their best player. Anna Sandberg, one of their best players. They lost someone to Brighton, I think, as well.
The winger at Tottenham, eh?
Oh, Kvist, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've lost a lot of players.
That's another terribly timed run from Russo.
Yeah, just got that wrong again there.
Change coming for Häcken. Kitagawa coming on for Bergstrom.
Does a 0-0... I don't know. 0-0 draw, I think, for Arsenal is fine.
But it's risky because, as I said earlier, if you win away, if you win the first leg, you know you've just got to draw the second leg. Or if you draw the first leg, you know you still have to win the second leg.
Yeah, but it's at home. They'll have the crowd behind them. We've seen how in the stages before this, it gave them that extra 10%. And the fans shaking the worry is... Have you heard the song?
No.
Yeah, they're singing that constantly. I can't remember how it goes now, but...
I don't want to know.
Shake it caldente.
I think the more worrying thing is that Häcken score.
Yeah.
Because then Arsenal are suddenly in trouble. Because then they have to win.
Here's Rousseau. Again, she tried to... I don't know who she's touched it through to there. So many Häcken players around her. Cooney Cross. Little under so much pressure in there. Tried to turn, didn't realise there was a player on her back.
It's like I'd have Arsenal this obsession just to not shoot from outside, from outside the 6-yard box.
Well, they either shoot from about the halfway line or the 6-yard box. They're the two options.
It's bizarre. Like Mead here has found herself a bit of space in the edgy area, and just no one's.
Well, this pass got to be the Fox. Acres there.
Yeah. But that's the pass that they end up coming up with.
Here's Mead.
That was good from Mead.
And the pass is too slow. Cooney Cross. So they end up achieving there is that Häcken can get back in. That's a pass drilled into Fox, and they can, she can push forwards with it and really attack that wide space. Then yeah, sure, but it's not. It's rolled over to her, and we watch as the Häcken scene just shift left. Mead there in a confrontation with Kermark. Great challenge from Rybrink. Little. Caldente.
Arsenal definitely have more control at the moment, but they're not doing anything with it.
I like the flexibility and the versatility they have, but at the moment we're seeing Caldente playing left back so that McCabe can play attack midfield.
Yeah.
How is that helpful? Russo has a shot. It's a tame header. And that's at the goalkeeper. But we're watching Katie McCabe stand in attacking midfield. And Caldente plays pretty much a left back at the moment. Because, I mean, I like flexibility and versatility, but you're not putting Caldente in a great position.
No. Frustrating night for Arsenal so far. We should expect to see more changes. Racing the one at half time between bringing on Manon for Kafai. We'd expect to see more.
And a ball played over the top, and this is a chance to counter for Häcken. It's behind Tyndale. She's just not taking it in her stride. That is poor. Häcken should have been in. They were 2v2. They were over the top. Arsenal get away with yet another one. They gave the ball away cheaply. Häcken committed players forward. Great ball from Mead, though. Manon puts it in there, and that's dealt with. It's clumsy again. It's going to fall for McCabe. Could get a shot away. Tries some footwork. Chance for Russo to shoot. Didn't he set the touch?
It's annoying me. How won't McCabe hit it? On her touch and on her left, just hit it. Trying to just feed it through to I don't even know who. Arsenal just don't want to shoot. It's as simple as that.
Fox. Mead. That's not quite worked out. Ball lifted forwards. James on Yates says Arsenal are going to win. We will see, James. 28 minutes to play.
They need to go.
Ball lifted out wide. Caldente. Little. Caldente. Now Cooney cross. Little. Tries to find Mead. Doesn't quite work out. Cooney cross again. Now Beth Mead. Take aim. Goes to Cooney cross. Little tries to play it through and foul comes out well.
And you can see the frustration there from Little as she dinks it through and immediately she just turns around with her hands on her head. And she's just frustrated because she knows that ball hasn't come off. Because again, there's nothing in it. I tell you what, it's a brilliant Arsenal support that have travelled out to Sweden and the team just aren't performing. Häcken are readying another change as well. Good pressure that from Mead. Forces the Häcken throw.
Mead tries to win it out the pitch and does so. Rousseau. Looking to take aim here.
Where's she going?
Ball into the box. Headed up in the air. Fout claims it.
I just don't know where Rousseau's going there.
Häcken come forwards. Well, the switch is on if they can pull it off. I just don't want to play that in behind.
No.
Number 8 was absolutely screaming for it.
Yeah, I get why she wants the ball, but I also get why they chose to retain possession. That is a lovely ball in behind.
And a chance now. Larissy takes it round Zinsberger. Takes aim. It's into the side netting.
Wow.
Häcken go close. Arsenal are so fortunate that that's not in the back of the net. The defence switches off. It's a ball in behind for Larissy. And wow. Brilliant from Fosdalser. Lovely twist and turn. Ball in behind. Larissy takes it round the goalkeeper.
Oh my
and
wow.
into the side netting.
That is huge.
Arsenal get away with another one.
If it was on target, I think Kadina had it covered. And that's the problem. She's tried to force it between Kadina and the post. Wow. That is a huge moment. She did everything right. Yeah. She beat all 11 players on the pitch. Wow. I don't think Häcken will get closer than that.
I can't believe it.
Change then for the home side. And that is Larisse's last contribution. And you can tell she's so frustrated with herself.
Yeah.
She knows that should be a goal.
Schroeder on for Larissy. That's a change up front. Can they try and find a route to goal now?
Arsenal will not get away with another one.
No. Well, they shouldn't anyway. They might. You never know.
24 to play.
Zinsberger. Ruben Moy. Fox. Mead. Fox. Ball down the line. Russo will take it in her stride up against Ostlund, and that is a foul.
Just drags her down with that, does Ostlund. Yeah, just... I don't really know what she's doing. But...
Just didn't get booked for it. So.
Yeah.
Mead. Here's Fox. And that is
on a weak foot. That is not...
wayward ball with her left foot cleared away.
Again, if Emily Fox should never be in a position where she's having to cross it in on her weak foot. Yeah. How does that circumstance appear?
Cooney cross. No, I don't mind that reverse ball. Don't mind that at all. No. They've got to try and make something happen now. 23 minutes to go. They're not creative. They're not direct enough, Arsenal.
Not creative enough, not positive enough.
Yeah. They're just going to let this game ebb and flow to a conclusion here, and it's just not happening. Nothing's happening in it.
And I think they are coming forward. They're positive in their mentality, but it's the attitude once they get there. They're not being direct with their attacks. They're not, giving it.
Gets caught there. Well, Mead lucky to avoid the book there because that's unnecessary. Kitagawa in some discomfort, the substitute.
Oh yeah, that's a nasty one.
Just nowhere near the ball there, and I'm surprised she didn't get.
Yeah. That should be a
yellow card. I mean, she tries to pull Kitagawa up, but Kitagawa in some discomfort. She does now pick up a yellow card.
Yeah. Ref took her time. But eventually got to the right conclusion.
This Häcken manager seems stressed.
Bill seems to be loving life, so I can't tell. Maybe it's all a ruse. He's acting stressed, but
maybe to enjoy life you need to be stressed.
Yeah,
live life the moral of the story.
He's going to put everyone up front of it just for a laugh.
Fun.
Yeah. That's right, because even if Arsenal throw on the goal, they look for the pass.
Just passing it around the goal.
Honestly, I've never known a football club to want to pass the ball so much in attacking areas.
Yeah. No one wants to be the one to pull through. No. Kermark.
My only thing, is it a tactical instruction?
Well, it has to be, because these footballers have taken shots
and
before.
That's just mental.
Well, it feels like either of us had them watching 2015 Arsene Wenger Arsenal clips, where they would just pass around
Mars offside.
Why is she still... How has she not realised she's...
I don't know. It's not even saying postcode. That's the Lino's easiest decision all night.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think even as a player, you just go against... You just score a goal. Arsenal.
Caitlin Ford for Beth Mead, Stina Blackstenius for Alessia Russo, Vine Reuther for Emily Fox. Triple change for Arsenal.
Needed. Much needed. That bloke working the boards done more action than that Arsenal front line. He's really getting some swing in those hips. Changes for Arsenal. They've got to make a difference now.
Clay scored its 5-0 Manchester City.
Wow. Yeah.
It's 3-1 Juventus as well. Hannah Bennison, second time she's come up in today's stream, has scored for Juventus.
I think Arsenal lost the ball here. It's not a bad pass. Here come Häcken. It's a ball through. It's got too much on it.
And then, 2-0 Wolfsburg as well, by the way. Heggering on a double. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe she's up front today. But
maybe.
She's banging them in.
Yeah, I mean, City, they're back in the Champions League and they're back with a bang. And it definitely looks like they're making unless it would be a monumental slip up for them not to get through now.
Monumental, it'd be cataclysmic. What are they doing in the second leg, lose 6-0?
They'd have to get to...
Here is Ford, unable to make anything happen there.
Ford's had a really good time with it in the last few weeks. She's looked really sharp, so I'm hoping...
back to the Ford we watched last season. Can she make something happen here, though?
That was alright.
Ruben Moy. Kadina. McCabe. Does well to find Manham in the half space. Now Cardente. Wants to drive
Oh,
forwards.
brilliant.
Chance now, ball into the box.
Shoot.
Dealt with, and that will fall
Just
again to
shoot.
Blackstenius.
Honestly, if I was an Arsenal player, I'd go
Corner
against.
for Arsenal.
I'd go against the tactics. I'd just shoot.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't think the tactic he writes on the board is don't ever shoot, but take a shot. Here is Caitlin Ford. Twizzling on the edge
Even
of
there,
the box.
she's looking to shoot. I mean, I know she didn't shoot, but at least she was
Little.
trying to shape up to.
Ford. And they're just waiting too much. Kitagawa pounced on it there. Here's Weinreuther.
He's underweight because there's nothing else on.
Yeah, true. They're way too stagnant.
Yeah.
Arsenal, for all the positional flexibility that they're seeming to try and do, for all the versatility they're trying to do, they just stood still. They keep players keep popping up in random areas, but then they don't have any options for anyone. So where's everyone going?
Yeah. This isn't bad.
Ford wants to take on Kitagawa.
Do you know what?
Kitagawa does really
I know
well to
she's
stand out.
brilliant.
Here's Ford. Caldente. Ford again. Can she make something happen here? Ball into the box. Cannons off of the head of the centre half. Oh, sorry, it's Nelhager, I think, the left back. Here is Ford again. Ruben Moy.
Although it didn't go anywhere,
So much.
I like the fact that Ford tries to take the player on.
Ruben Moy. Caldente. Weinreuther. Ruben Moy. Oh, please do something. Here is Caldente. Ford. Holds it up well. Weinreuther.
Ford's frustrated. She want that back.
Here's Ford down the line now, though. She'll look to take on Kitagawa. Kitagawa pounces on her, though, and kicks it out. Arsenal throw-in. 17 minutes left. I'll post this question to the chat and to you, Harry. What's going to happen in the last 17 minutes?
Nothing. I just don't see a goal in this game.
Yeah, fair enough. I concur. I don't think that Arsenal are going to score.
Häcken are at the point now where they focus on keeping it a draw because they would rather take a draw. Yeah, they'd rather just solidify a draw, take the 0-0.
They'd rather take the win.
They would, but I think they'd be happy to take the 0-0 draw.
True.
Arsenal, they're going for it, but I don't see it happening.
Deisam Silva went to the stream. Unfortunately, I don't speak Portuguese, I believe that is. Harry, any chance? Palmeiras now tem Mundial.
World.
That's good. We've learned
Something about the world, I think.
Palmeiras best team in the world.
Maybe.
Now team Mundial. Is that best team in the world?
Don't know. I don't speak Portuguese either.
Well, you speak Spanish. It's the same. Well, you don't speak Spanish. You're learning Spanish. Same thing, really, isn't it?
Not really.
Similar.
Similar.
Moving more. Zinsberger on the ball now. Cadena.
Arsenal needs to be more rapido.
That is true. Is that Spanish?
Just need to get it moving.
Häcken here pouncing on Cadena, just being slow, and it's given us a foul. They're just eager to try and win the ball back because Arsenal are moving it so slowly. I hear Häcken, Tyndale realises there's a chance to win the ball back. Cadena holds her as much as Tyndale holds Cadena. It's here where she grabs the shirt that the foul's committed. But yeah, I don't know. Arsenal's so slow in possession.
I mean, I think this has felt like one of the longest football games in history. We still have 15 minutes left.
It's not been that bad. There's been chances. You've not watched Arsenal men's versus City men. That's one of the longest games in history, every time. Got that again this Sunday.
Look at the space Ford's in, but it evaporates by the time the ball gets to her.
Ford wants to drive inside. Ball in. Russo tries to flick it on. If Caldente had got there, that would be a miracle.
Yeah, and Jobbo, hat off to Caitlin Ford there, though, because she's coming inside. She's running direct at players. At least doing, Weinreuther and Ford have come on and made it and have looked a little bit sharper.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and Häcken a bit sloppy. They get away with it. And it's good to hold up.
Falls to Kermark. Great ball in behind. A chance now. Brilliant ball that was from Envergaard. Tyndale should score. Does score. Goal for Häcken. Tyndale in behind. A brilliant ball from Envergaard. And it's Häcken who lead Arsenal by a goal to nil. Arsenal have not taken their chances tonight and they've been punished. It was a wonderful ball in behind by Envergaard. And what a finish from Tyndale and Arsenal players in the huddle. But wow, what on earth has happened here tonight?
Wow.
Arsenal a mess. Brilliant ball in behind from Envergaard. McCabe can't defend it. And
Composure.
Tyndale,
That is composure.
ice cool, just lifting it past Manuel Zinsberger.
It's a lovely ball in behind. It's a lovely little finish.
The little touch there, because if she gets that wrong, she has no hope of getting to it. But she takes a touch to bring it forwards, but not to overtouch it, not too heavy.
That is a huge moment.
That's a lovely weighted dink, just past Manuel Zinsberger.
And yes, it's the first leg, but if Arsenal don't find a goal in 13 minutes, Häcken will rock up at Meadow Park next Thursday with something to defend.
Yeah.
That's a huge goal.
Percival says, come on, one more. Häcken fans are feeling up for it now.
That's huge.
But they believe now.
And Arsenal...
And rightfully so, because Arsenal don't look like scoring. Williamson's on. Not sure if that's going to help them get a goal, but there you go. Williamson on for Lotta Wivenby. Bizarre substitution.
Wow.
They need a goal with a few minutes to go. I mean, to be fair, they've not got any. They could go...
The thing with Arsenal...
Kuhl, I guess.
is Arsenal haven't done anything horrifically wrong. They've just done nothing right.
Yeah.
And that's what's cost them today. They haven't played badly. They haven't made any huge errors. They just haven't got it right. And they've been punished for it. That's massive. This is huge. And suddenly, we're starting to think back to last year. When they threw it away in Champions League qualification. Suddenly they're 1-0 down again. And yes, as I said, they've got the second leg. That must be stated. That is important. This is far from over. But it's the same. You know, Häcken will go into that game next week 1-0 up, unless Arsenal can change something today. Wow.
Yeah. Tabitha Tyndale with a goal for Häcken. Crazy. Guy says, what stage is this still qualifying? Yes, this is the first round of the... No, this is the second round, first leg of the second round of the UWCL qualification. So they play Häcken again next Wednesday. And obviously the winner over the two legs goes through to the proper competition. Justin Williams says, oh my, that is a just reaction because, oh my, how are Arsenal bottling this again? And
while Man City are 5-0 up against Paris FC...
Who, truth be told, are not miles off Häcken. You could even argue they are a more difficult
They drew
opponent.
last season in the Champions League with each other.
Yeah. And Häcken have got worse. They've lost Kafai, they've lost Sandberg. Häcken are a good team, don't get me wrong, but Arsenal missed so many opportunities tonight. Again, it's another game where they just can't finish the job.
And you look at the other fixtures, Rangers was easy. Rangers are crap when comparison to Arsenal. Rosenborg was similar to Häcken, but because they had no attacking threat. So eventually Arsenal scored because Rosenborg just couldn't get out. Häcken tonight, they're really strong at the back. And I said they can punish when they come forwards. And that's exactly what they've done.
Their build-up's been phenomenal. Arsenal's pressing structure's too open.
This is a good chance.
Manham puts it into the box. No idea why she hasn't cut that back to Little, who's in acres on the edge. Here is Kim Little. And it's one back. Schroeder to Kitagawa. Here come Häcken again. Kitagawa gets caught in there. And that has gone the way of Häcken.
Yeah.
Little just bringing her down. That will be a yellow card for Kim Little. Much to her frustration. Gary says, love the top today, Jack. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it.
Another yellows. They got to be... Did he? Yeah, no.
So smart from Kitagawa. Saw the space between the two
just
players.
Runs across them.
Little trips her up.
She knows she's going to get fouled. When you run across two players, you know one of them's going to take you out, if not
you're
both.
Through.
Yeah, or you're... Yeah. But yeah, really smart play. The problem for Arsenal is that Häcken look more like scoring a second than Arsenal do equalising. And a second goal would be crucial. It'd be deadly for Arsenal. They'd be in a huge spot of bother.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that's gone backwards. But Häcken are working it out.
Lovely turn from Foster.
Not sure what they're doing. I don't know why that free kick's gone backwards. What's Little doing? Arsenal, massive letdown in this game.
Kermark.
I can't believe it.
I can. It's just something always seems to happen with Arsenal in the Champions League.
It's the squad that made so many upgrades this season.
Well, they've made 3 key signings, yeah, but Kafai is still so kind of raw. Tactically, they don't really know what they're doing with Caldente yet, and Van Domslaar is still injured, which doesn't help. But yeah, they've got to be.
What I find funny is if they lose 1-0 tonight, all the Arsenal fans will just blame it on Zinsberger.
Yeah.
From nothing, because won't blame it on the fact that their favourite players up front are doing anything.
Yeah, attack has been stagnant. The build-up's been poor.
Defensively, they don't think, but that's the thing. And that's the thing. Defensively, they haven't been bad. But the thing is, this is what Häcken do. They get one chance and they will punish.
No, they've had chances.
They have had a few chances.
Larissy should have scored as well.
Yeah.
This is by no means been a game where Häcken have just defended really well on counter attacks.
Oh yeah, they deserve to win the game.
They're just a really good team, but Arsenal have set up.
Oh, this is a massive. It's 3-on-3. Arsenal have got to score.
Caitlin Ford. It's now 4-on-3. Can she deliver it? She does. It's across the box and no one gets there.
She put it in the one place where there wasn't a run
at the back post. Smashes it forward.
There's a run on the edge, a run on the near post, a runner behind her, and she managed to put it far post. Just sums up Arsenal's attack.
It's so good. Just where's the one place this ball doesn't need to go? I'll put it there then. 7 minutes left of this first leg. As it stands, Arsenal will be headed home empty-handed. Häcken, well, they'll be enjoying a game against Djurgården at the weekend before making a trip into London to face Arsenal with a 1-goal advantage.
Yeah. And they will fancy themselves. They will back themselves to the hill. Thing is, though...
Oh, dear.
Oh, wow, that is just poor from Kadina.
Kadina tries to cushion a header out wide to Caldente.
Obviously, Häcken...
Again, I don't know why Caldente is wide and McCabe is playing as attacking midfielder, inverting into attacking midfield, but that's what's happening.
Häcken leading is huge, but even if they were to concede in the next 7 minutes, a draw is still a very even result.
Yeah. Here come Arsenal then. Kim Little gets dragged down in there, and that will be a yellow card.
Yeah.
For Kermark and a yellow card for Manham for shoving her on the floor.
That's ridiculous.
Amvergaard committed the foul, gets a yellow card. Manham's just come over, shoved her on the floor, and got herself a yellow card. I didn't even get it back in her pocket before she had to give one to Manham.
That's so stupid from Frida Manham.
Right in front of the ref.
Yeah.
What on earth do you think is going to happen here? She's watching you do it. She is right there.
You watch that, it's comical. Because Amvergaard makes a meal of it, don't get me wrong, but why has Manham pushed her?
City have won 5-0, by the way.
Wow.
It is 3-0 Wolfsburg now, and unfortunately it's not a Heggering hat-trick. Alexandra Popper scored.
Oh, no.
But they look quite comfortable against Fiorentina.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see them back in the Champions League this season.
We should. They've handed a nice tie. Juventus in control against PSG. That would be a big upset.
That would.
I mean, it's a tough tie, but PSG, if they were to...
Semi-finalists last season.
They have got a second leg, which would be at home, and it's only a 2-goal margin as it stands with 5 minutes to play. If they could get another one, I fully believe they'll turn it around. But, yeah, that would be a big, big shock. Benfica beating Hammarby, as we'd expect. That's away as well, so props to them. Valerenga beating Anderlecht. Again, I think we'd expect that, but they have just had Michela Kovacs got sent off just before the end of the half, so... that does throw that into jeopardy.
Yeah.
Exciting night, though, of second round Champions League qualification games. We have got more tomorrow to look at. Sporting Real Madrid should be interesting. Real should win that, but you never know. And then Galatasaray or Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague were obviously in the competition last season. Galatasaray haven't been in it for a few years. That'd be interesting to see. And Poulton Mura. Poulton obviously were in it last year, I believe, and that was their first appearance in the Champions League for a while, or ever. I can't remember, but I believe they're in it. I think they're in Barcelona's group. Yeah, Barcelona's group always just thought, who are they obviously going to beat 9-0, and then, well, we might give them one difficult team just to see how they're doing, but, yeah. That's the thing people forget. You look at Chelsea Champions League group last year, Häcken, top team, Paris team, really difficult team to beat, and Real Madrid, who had 12 players when you count the referee.
What an interception from Lair Williamson, by the way, because if not...
That was a ball through to Kitagawa and Häcken were in.
It was another one-on-one opportunity for Häcken.
Foul in there. That was soft.
That was given very late.
Yeah.
Very late.
Kermark just catching there.
And the fact Williamson's still got the idea to appeal for a yellow is ridiculous.
Has it worked?
No.
Vandergaard's ball through. It took a little flick off there, didn't it?
Yeah.
And into Williamson, took a flick off Kim Little. Without that flick, that's through. That's through.
That's not a foul.
No.
Chance for Arsenal from the free kick. 3 minutes. 4 minutes just gone like that where they haven't even tested Häcken.
Yeah. Cooney cross, ball in, headed away. Weinreuther. Arsenal looking to try and deliver this then. Not successfully yet. Ball lifted towards Frida Mann, ball into the box.
No one's there.
Got out for a throw on the opposite side.
There's not even a Häcken player in that kind of sector of the pitch.
2 minutes. 2 minutes really. I mean, of course there'll be additional time, but it's looking like this will be advantage Häcken.
They're going into the game on Sunday against Man City off the back of a tough loss. And then they've got to go into the Häcken game next week after playing Manchester City, where they're going to have to go full strength. They've then got 3 days before they've got to play a game against Häcken, which is going to be a must-win at this rate. It is just ridiculous. They put themselves in the worst possible position if they do lose this game. But Häcken, they were the story
all
of
over the top, and that's something for Blackstenius to get after. Ball in, cleared away. Arsenal were going really direct now.
Yeah.
Just smashing it forwards.
Story of the UWCL last year, and they're looking to do exactly the same this year.
It's crazy how they basically have 2 settings, which is either don't shoot or just smash it in the box and see what happens. Somewhere in between the two might work nicely.
Another change for Häcken, much more defensive this is going to be.
Nystrom coming on for Anvergaard then.
Bit of steel, just smashing the people.
Say, looks like a slightly deeper midfielder. Gets a good block in there to stop Williamson's ball in.
Demonstration 101. Just going to run at jumper people.
Well, she's in the press, I think, now, which makes sense. She's the player with the freshest legs.
Yeah.
Make her do the running. McCabe. Can they make something happen? A pass forward. Ford sends it wide. Delivered into the box, and that is headed on by Nel Hager. Ford. Williamson. Cadena. Little. Trying to come forwards. Goes down. Referee not interested in hearing her complaints. Here come Häcken. Schroeder tries to play it through. Very important interception from Cadena.
Wow.
And this will be 5 minutes of additional time then. 5 additional minutes. Still time for Arsenal.
Incredible.
And well, as the bloodshot red skyline faded into black, Arsenal's mood has faded into black. It's been a miserable second half, a frustrating first half. And then, well, they look like they're going into the second leg down by a goal. They are going to try and make that a different storyline now. Cleared away, though, by Häcken. Williamson, chest it down. Out to it quickly is Schroeder. Nutmegs Lair Williamson. Now holding it up well. Lovely turn from Fosdal. So what a player.
Yeah, she had a brilliant game.
So silky on the ball. The ball in behind was absolutely phenomenal. But yeah. Guy said, going to get ready to watch Tottenham versus last year's FA Cup semi-finalists. What's that? Oh, the Camera Cup site. Forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Says, enjoy the end of the match. Sapphire says, well, Mariona is right. It certainly is a challenge playing for Arsenal. Yeah, I saw that interview. Which didn't do wonders for Liga F. Unsurprisingly. Her and Lea Cadena talking about how the WSL is such a more competitive league. And the Liga F just isn't. And that came after the summer where the Liga F president tried to claim that Sporting whoever would win the NWSL, which was one hell of a statement. They were the team that got relegated last season, lost 10-0 to Barca. Shot from range, stopped by Falk. Got a huge glove to that. Yeah,
3 minutes to go. Arsenal are running out of time. Lovely ball from Cooney cross. Not a bad effort from Manham. And a really good save from Falk.
That was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Still time for Arsenal. Still time. What have they got left? Ball in. Doesn't even beat the first player.
Schroeder will go give chase. Little sends out wide. Chance for McCabe. Stuck on her right foot. Can't deliver it. Schroeder has to take her on. Wins herself a throw in.
Yeah.
Häcken.
And just like that, 45 seconds has gone. From a corner that hit the...
It's a Häcken throw, but Arsenal player went and got the ball. Sorry, I was confused. I thought it was Arsenal throws. How on earth have they come to that conclusion? Justin Williams said Häcken can't be this good. Häcken are a good side, but they shouldn't be beating Arsenal. Arsenal, with the quality, with the investment, with the facilities they have, should be beating a team like BK Häcken.
Yeah.
They're not even top of the Swedish league.
No.
It's Rosengard this season. And also a good team, don't get me wrong, but 11 points clear. Häcken are hardly dominating the Swedish league and an absolute force, but that they're still here competing with Arsenal. Testament to the quality in that division, but Arsenal just not been good enough. Ball forwards. Williamson, that looked like a foul. It's given as a foul. That's really silly because this ball is not leaving the Häcken half for another 20 seconds.
Silly from William. Yeah, no.
Because there's a minute left now before this ball gets passed. Because Häcken will hold on to this until the 94th. They've got a minute to survive now.
Yeah.
So it's just another 30 seconds Arsenal killed off through stupidity. And there we go. At 93:59 they kicked that ball. That's 30 seconds they've lost there.
How long can Häcken keep it in the Arsenal half?
Kitagawa trying to fight for it. Manham. That's gone off. Throws it down the line. Blackstenius will give chase. Plays it back to Manham. Chance for Manham. And that must have taken a deflection, or that has boomeranged wide from Frida Manham.
Manham's at a throw. She's at half a yard on the pitch.
McCabe. Caldente trying to make something happen now. Takes down the line. Ball into the box. Chance for Arsenal off the bar from Frida Manham.
Wow.
Oh my word. That's the second time Arsenal have rattled the woodwork. There's belief now amongst the Arsenal fans. This will be their last chance of the game. Corner for Arsenal.
That's the first time they've sung all game, though, is the problem.
Ball in. Falk punches clear.
Ooh.
Chance for Weinreiter. Blocked again. Surely that will see the final whistle sound. One last chance. Throw in. Ford. Weinreiter. Blocked again. Häcken now appealing to the referee. 95 minutes. We're over the time.
This is incredible.
Ball into the box from Caldente. It's wide of the mark. And the referee will blow her whistle for the final time. Häcken emerge 1-0 victors here in the first leg against Arsenal. It's BK Häcken 1, Arsenal 0. The difference maker Tyndall with a lovely dinked effort. And after 90 minutes in this two-legged tie, well, BK Häcken lead. Well, what a disappointing evening for Arsenal.
UWCL drama strikes once again, and again it's Arsenal on the wrong end of it. Yes, they've still got...
It's always Arsenal on the wrong end of it.
Yes, they've still got 90 minutes at home at Meadow Park to turn this game around, but they are already on the back foot a disappointing loss. That is a really poor result. Building momentum into the WSL season, their last game before they play Man City on Sunday, and they've gone and lost away in Sweden. So not only are they travelling to Manchester wanting to kick off with a win, they've now got to rock up next Thursday and must beat Häcken to get into the Champions League.
Yeah. Justin says Jonas Alston enough these last years. Well, Manchester City on Sunday, Häcken on Wednesday. We're going to be watching a lot of Arsenal over the next week, so do join us for all of that. That's everything for this evening. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's stream. I thoroughly enjoyed being back streaming, and well, we're back regularly now, so I'm very excited for that. Join us on Friday night. Chelsea versus Aston Villa opens up the WSL campaign. And if you're looking for stuff in the meantime, well, we've got loads of content. We've got another video coming out tomorrow, our full table predictions. If you want to see our fantasy WSL team and join our league, we've got a video that went out yesterday on that too. And of course, a preview for every single WSL side released on the channel over the last 2 weeks. So go and look at all of those. Arsenal fans, you might want to go check that out. Have some reasons for optimism after what was a very disappointing tonight. We were positive for a change, but that is everything from us today. Join us Friday, watch all the videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.